Yeah, I'm good now. First 2 minutes last
Doesn't say
week was
rock
a
or
little,
roll.
a little stressful.
Some referees will give you a good,
So we're on all white.
and some they just
Yeah,
it hurts them really strong.
Yeah.
I was having
Couple times last year
I was
he
kind of
went
flustered,
like
but I thought it, once
fans.
the second half got around,
Like the old,
it was okay. But there's just
like when I played.
I wasn't prepared
We
to.
only had one
I
pair
thought I
of
was gonna let the
pants.
clock run all the way down to 7:30 and then start the game. And so when they were like, go ahead, and I was like, oh, and then so I kind of
I
got
had
caught off
black
guard.
with the gold, or white, gold, white.
Give her the old college
Stripe.
try.
And then we either had the white with just plain black number or black with plain white number.
Yep.
Another beautiful, warm August night for football, fellas, and the tailgaters are out there. We just happened to coach them for some steaks and potatoes and macaroni and cheese that we got up here in the restaurant. We got nachos and barbecue. I tell you what, there's nothing else. We're taking all the way they run it the right way, eating well. Up here getting ready for this matchup with a really good Shelby team and the Rockets are. Well, we might send some back. We'll see. Maybe Sean Brody. But you know what? Let's talk about this Shelby team because obviously when you're the defending champions,
They got everything
spread
out up here.
2A in the state.
And I'm gonna sit down right here next to you.
He is a
Right there.
Wait.
Hello.
I'll see if I can find it. I'm gonna get on that now. We can do that. Neil Steen doing it.
Since 1900, the Stamey Funeral Home in Fosston has been serving the families of our area with the finest in funeral service. In 1998, the Tysinger family began to serve the families of the Cherryville community, and today are a proud member of that community, providing services with dignity and respect. Caring for your family like our own, that's their slogan. Come talk with manager Pete Kraft about the services they provide at the Stamey Cherryville Funeral Home, 405 North Dixie Street in Cherryville.
Here, lizard, lizard, lizard.
Oh no, it's total mayhem.
Hurry, call your good neighbor.
You can't. They're not even there.
Why, they can't even lend a good hand. Oh. Relax. At Pegram Insurance, we've got you covered. Pegram Insurance Agency, 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, and in the Town and Country Shopping Center in Lincoln. Considering hardwood flooring for your home? Then head to Flooring America in Kings Mountain or Carpet One Interiors in Ranlow. Right now at both locations, you'll find a big selection of in-stock hardwoods on sale, priced as low as $2.99 a square foot. That's right, only $2.99 a square foot at Flooring America, 602 Slater Street in Kings Mountain, and Carpet One Interiors in Ranlow.
We all hear about how good the barbecue is in Lexington, Greensboro, and in eastern North Carolina. But here in Cleveland County, we all know that the best barbecue is here. At Alston Bridges Barbecue, Kent and Linda Bridges and their family make sure the staple of their restaurant is the best barbecue. Your choice, pork, beef, or chicken, plus delicious sides, such as slaw, beans, fries, and hush puppies. The best since Alston and Mabel opened in 1955. Alston Bridges Barbecue, 620 Grover Street, right here in Shelby.
Hi, this is Woody Durham for Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies in Shelby. Through the years, I've seen a lot of trophies and plaques, and none appear nicer than those which come from Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies. Their guarantee is not just a guarantee, but a promise for courteous service, the absolute lowest price, quality products, on-time delivery, and most of all, your satisfaction. Awards for all occasions, plus rubber stamps and engraving. That's Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies in Shelby.
Former club members Denzel Washington and Jennifer Lopez for the Boys and Girls Clubs.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future.
You can change a child's future. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
You can open doors for children to have great futures at the Boys and Girls Club of Cleveland County. Visit us at 412 West Sumter Street or at greatfutures.org.
Carolina Energies is your heating and air service experts. They service all brands and feature complete installations. 24-hour service is available with on-call technicians. And this spring and summer, keep your family comfortable with a peace of mind service plan from Carolina Energies. It will keep you cool and save you money on costly repairs. For more information, call 704-482-9561. Carolina Energies, 515 North DeKalb Street in Shelby.
Baseball players rely on lots of coaches. First base, third base, pitching, and catching. But when it comes to insurance, you only need one coach, an Allstate agent. They'll help you with your insurance game plan. Plus, Allstate agents can bundle your coverage for your car, apartment, boat, motorcycle, and more. So you've got all your bases covered. Are you in good hands?
Your local Allstate agency is the Chris McDaniel Allstate Insurance Agency, 404 Cherryville Road, across from the YMCA in Shelby. Call 704-484-3463.
Hi, this is Woody Durham for Doctors Doug Stroud, Jim Wilson, and Craig Thompson at Family Dental Care in Shelby. No matter the age, kids, teenagers, and adults, Dr. Stroud, Wilson, and Thompson will take care of your dental needs. They have over 50 years' experience serving the people of Cleveland County. Call 704-482-3281 for family dental care at 416 West Warren Street in Shelby. That's Doctors Doug Stroud, Jim Wilson, and Craig Thompson. Kids love them, and you will too.
Since 1919, yes, 1919, Griffin Drug Store in downtown Kings Mountain has been serving the people of the Kings Mountain area with the finest in prescription service. And be sure to come in and ask about the 10% senior citizen discount. And most prescription cards are honored at Griffin Drug Center, 129 West Mountain Street in downtown Kings Mountain. Since 1919. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 12 on Saturday. That's Griffin Drug Center in Kings Mountain. Remember, it wasn't raining when Noah started building the ark. For all of your waterproofing needs, stay high and dry with a call to H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing. H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing does all types of waterproofing, from basements to crawl spaces, from commercial to residential. Call 704-482-2847, 704-482-2847 for H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing, East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
A child's life is so precious, yet all around us, children's lives are being destroyed by drugs. Take an active role in your child's life. Teach them that a healthy, drug-free lifestyle is their best choice. A word from Hooker Bonding of Shelby, our area's quality professionals, a name you can trust and depend on. Hooker Bonding is working today for a brighter tomorrow for our children.
The Round Man, Okie Knipe, invites you into Okie's Tire and Service Center for all your tire and auto service needs. Okie gives you the best value in tires, both new and used tires, and they'll mount and balance your tires free. Come into Okie's Service Center for all your service needs, including radiator flush, brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, and state inspections. Serving Cleveland County since 1978. That's right, over 35 years. Okie's Tire and Service Center, 800 West Warren Street in Shelby.
Inlow Mortuary is in its 90th year providing sympathetic, efficient services to the families of the Shelby area. Inlow's is committed to these families to make sure their arrangements are handled in the most professional, caring way. The folks at Inlow's believe the quality of their service, personal touch, and the little things they do add up to the family's satisfaction. Inlow's staff is available anytime to assist you in any way they can. Inlow Mortuary, 231 North Lafayette Street in Shelby.
It's the 90th annual Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Make plans now to be there. On the Midway, it's pig racing, Leon Jacobs, Act Monsters chainsaw demonstration, the Tumbleweed Crossing Wild West show, and on the grandstand, it's the Demolition Derby and much more. So join us for the fun, the 90th annual Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. The Cleveland County Fair at the Cleveland County Fairgrounds. Keep warm this winter and save money too with the new Echo SunTech infrared heater from Cleveland Lumber Company in Shelby. It's a 3-in-1 product, an infrared heater, a humidifier, and an air purifier with a 5-year factory warranty on the PTC heat element. The Echo SunTech infrared heater allows you to heat by zones instead of an entire area. Zone heating allows you to keep unoccupied areas cooler than normal, thereby reducing your heating bill. See one today at Cleveland Lumber Company, 217 Arrowwood Street in Shelby. Good credit, bad credit, no credit? Apply today and ride today at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper for some great deals with zero money down and rates as low as 2.99%. See the new Polaris Ranger 500 Crew for as low as $10,000. The brand new Yamaha Grizzly 125 is only $35.99. And for the lake, get the 2014 Yamaha Superjet for only $71.50. Full Throttle Power Sports. Exit 22 off I-85 in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com. It's America's Mattress Sale at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. Save now on the 2013 Inventory Reduction Sale. All 2013 mattress sets must go. Get free delivery, free setup, free haul away. Get the sleep you need, guaranteed. Save on the Serta Perfect Sleeper for only $2.99 for queen size. Get special 12-month financing and big pillows just $39. America's Mattress from Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. The easiest way home is with Homestar Financial Corporation in Shelby. Bob Webb invites you to come in and talk with one of their financial specialists about your new home, from conventional loans to FHA to VA and to USDA. And all loan programs are available to qualified buyers. Homestar Financial manages the entire mortgage process with outstanding customer service that produces a high level of customer satisfaction. Find out more today. Visit Homestar Financial Corporation, 306 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, or call 704-482-2588. Honda's line of 4-Trax Rancher all-terrain vehicles are America's favorite ATVs because they're always improving. That's especially true with the all-new 2014 Ranchers, like the new double cradle steel chassis and aggressively styled bodywork that's just as tough as it is good-looking. So head on down to Honda of Shelby, Highway 74 Bypass East in Shelby, and see the entire 2014 Honda Rancher line. You'll see why these midsize ATVs are truly the best on earth. Honda of Shelby, Highway 74 East.
Medical Arts Pharmacy is your locally owned independent hometown pharmacy. Unlike the big chain stores, Medical Arts Pharmacy calls you by name and treats you like family and friends, not a number. Medical Arts has more National Board certified technicians and personnel than other pharmacies to keep down your waiting time on prescriptions. Online refills at medicalartsofshelby.com. Medical Arts Pharmacy, 108 Grover Street near the hospital in Shelby. Call 704-487-8068.
Service. That's hard to find when it comes to lawn and garden equipment. Not anymore. Head to Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Parker Farm Service services all major brands, makes, and models. Call Mary McHenry to set up your appointment at 704-259-6130. And Parker Farm Service welcomes Kenny Barbie to their service department. 24-hour turnaround with in-house parts, plus delivery and pickup is available. Parker Farm Service on Bessie Drive at the Highway 74 Bypass, Oak Grove Road intersection in Kings Mountain. Check out the new storage buildings at the Roundup store in Shelby. Come see the new vinyl siding storage building and the new T111 wooden siding building. And the Roundup store's wooden buildings are built to last and last. And check out their line of beautiful kitchen cabinets. Make your dream kitchen a reality. The Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Open 8:30 till 5:30 Monday through Friday, 8:30 till noon on Saturday. Online at roundupshelby.com.
As the spring season rolls in, remember Shelby Hardware for all the rental equipment you need to get those lawns and gardens in shape. Shelby Hardware's rental equipment includes blowers, string trimmers, vacuums, lawnmowers, aerators, spikers, spreaders, edgers, tillers, and ladders. And Shelby Hardware's small engine repair shop can service and repair all your lawn and garden equipment. Shelby Hardware, serving Cleveland County since 1979, located at 506 South Lafayette Street, Shelby.
A beautiful setting here as the sun is going down on the trees here at R.L. Dalton Stadium, Scott E. Connor Field. And looks to be a good one here, Coach, tonight between the AC Reynolds Rockets and your Shelby Golden Lions.
Well, absolutely, no doubt about it. Those of you that got to see the game last year between AC Reynolds and Shelby, which turned out to be a Reynolds victory by a score of 49-42. AC has a lot of returning players back from that team. Golden Lions have a lot of returning players from the team last year, and so we're looking for another great game tonight here at AC Reynolds High School.
Shelby comes in 1-0 on the season after last week's 50-20 victory at home over Polk County. A score of 43-35. West Forsyth ranked number 4 in the state 4A poll this week. So a very good team there that AC bowed to in a hard-fought loss last week. As that game came down, Coach, 8 points, came down to the end there, and AC came up just a little bit short.
Well, that's true. AC Reynolds had 15 first downs in that game compared to 18 for West Forsyth, and it was an entertaining football game to watch. I got a chance to see some of the film on that, and as a result, I'm very impressed with the AC Reynolds squad that we're going to get to see tonight.
Well, AC did it with a balanced attack last week. They quarterback Tevin Stafford, a big game, 23 out of 39, 238 yards passing and a coaching touchdown. And his favorite target was C.J. Allen, had 10 catches, 103 yards and a touchdown. And then Stone Fenceloff, 7 catches for 84 yards and a touchdown. So pretty big stats from his 2 favorite receivers last week.
Good stats from his receivers. Also, they had a good rushing game. They were led by A.J. Logan, who had 19 attempts for 68 yards, and Sean Hill had 7 attempts for 4 yards. And another thing, you have to keep your eye on Tevin Stafford as well, because he's able to move around in the pocket, and the majority of his throws were rolling out one way or the other. And he also had 4 carries for 10 yards.
So Stafford comes in, a 6'2", 185-pound senior, played a lot last year, and then Allen, the senior-led group at the skill positions for AC Reynolds. But, Coach, we saw the Rockets play in the Cleveland County Jamboree 2 weeks ago over at Gardner-Webb University. They played Burns High School in the scrimmage right before Shelby took on Forest View. And I would say what most impressed the 2 of us was that defensive front 7, AC. They really got after the Burns quarterback and pressured him all night long.
Well, that's absolutely correct, and I think that's one of the things that we're going to see tonight is that young offensive line for the Shelby Golden Lions. We're going to find out how much they've improved in this preseason time period, because Reynolds is going to bring a lot of pressure, and how well that young offensive line handles that pressure will have a great deal to do with how well the Golden Lions are going to be able to move the football tonight.
Against 2 storied programs, AC Reynolds, as we saw when we came in here, 1999, 2002, and 2009, 4A state champions. Of course, Shelby, the defending 2AA state champions from last year, and has a few state championships of their own. So you got 2 great programs going at it tonight here at R.L. Dalton Stadium here at AC Reynolds High School. And when we get back from this 3-minute break, we'll talk about the keys to the game for the Shelby offense, and we'll do that right after this break.
There's nothing like a Bobcat to cut grass, and there's no better deal than right now to own a new Bobcat from West End Sales in Vail. For only $101 a month, you can be mowing on your new Bobcat with 0% financing for 54 months. See the Bobcat Fast Cat R2 with a big 22 horsepower Kawasaki engine and a big 52-inch cut and a heavy-duty frame weighing 850 pounds, plus a 3-year, 300-hour warranty. Only $101 per month at West End Sales, Highway 2718 North Intersection, Vail. Old Man Winter is just around the corner. It's time to fill up your tank with home heated oil or kerosene from Energy Direct in Shelby. They promise to beat anybody's price. Check with Energy Direct in Shelby before you fill it up for winter. Just give them a call at 704-482-0351. Again, that's 704-482-0351. They will beat anybody's price on home heated oil and kerosene. Guaranteed. Energy Direct, 1629 South Lafayette Street, Shelby.
When accidents happen, it's reassuring to know that quick expert care is nearby. Carolina's Healthcare Urgent Care Shelby is now open and is staffed with experienced physicians, mid-level providers, nurses, and support personnel equipped with on-site laboratory and x-ray services. So keep our new location and contact information close by for immediate access to the region's preferred healthcare and largest physicians network. Carolina's Healthcare Urgent Care, 1010 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby.
Since 1900, the Stamey Funeral Home in Fallston has been serving the families of our area with the finest in funeral service. In 1998, the Tysinger family began to serve the families of the Cherryville community, and today are a proud member of that community, providing services with dignity and respect. Caring for your family like our own, that's their slogan. Come talk with manager Pete Kraft about the services they provide at the Stamey Cherryville Funeral Home, 405 North Dixie Street in Cherryville.
Here, lizard, lizard, lizard.
Oh no, it's total mayhem.
Hurry, call your good neighbor.
You can't. They're not even there.
Why, they can't even lend a good hand.
Oh. Relax. At Pegram Insurance, we've got you covered. Pegram Insurance Agency, 220 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, and in the Town and Country Shopping Center in Lincoln. Considering hardwood flooring for your home? Then head to Flooring America in Kings Mountain or Carpet One Interiors in Ranlow. Right now at both locations, you'll find a big selection of in-stock hardwoods on sale, priced as low as $2.99 a square foot. That's right, only $2.99 a square foot at Flooring America, 602 Slater Street in Kings Mountain, and Carpet One Interiors in Ranlow.
We all hear about how good the barbecue is in Lexington, Greensboro, and in eastern North Carolina. But here in Cleveland County, we all know that the best barbecue is here. At Alston Bridges Barbecue, Kent and Linda Bridges and their family make sure the staple of their restaurant is the best barbecue. Your choice, pork, beef, or chicken, plus delicious sides, such as slaw, beans, fries, and hush puppies. The best since Alston and Mabel opened in 1955. Alston Bridges Barbecue, 620 Grover Street, right here in Shelby.
Because if they're able just to come at the quarterback and try to send everybody they've got, it's going to be a rough night for the Golden Lions.
It will. Shelby, as you said, working in 4 new offensive linemen from last year. The only returning starter is, I believe, 74, and that's
Jaden Hopper.
Jaden Hopper. I was looking at the wrong roster, and I know Jaden well. Jaden, of course, missed a little bit of practice time because he was on the American Legion team that went very deep in the playoffs and won the state championship this year. So really all 5 guys getting some work in late in hopes of, like you said, protecting RJ and getting that running game going.
We also, number 62, Nick Pugh, pretty much the first reserve that came in, and he got a lot of time on that offensive line, and so it's good to see Nick back, and so it's almost like we've got 1.5 starters back this year.
Right, and we talk about getting guys back. Last week, Shelby without running back Dede Brooks. He's a freshman, but they're counting on him to get 6, 8, 9 carries a game. Last week, unable to go. That forced Buck Ushery to play a little more offense, a little bit less defense tonight. Probably see Buck switch it up and play a little more defense. But Shelby still without Luke Etchison at 1 wide receiver spot. He also missed last week's game. But Shelby did a good job at that spot with Jaden Borders and company catching some balls.
One of the players, really a player to watch this whole year. And a lot of people, that just followed the varsity team last year didn't really get to see a lot of Jaden because we had so many senior wideouts last year that did such a good job that Jaden was able to play the entire year down with the JV team. And when we got into playoffs, Jaden came up and played a good bit in the first playoff game and then suffered an injury in the second playoff game, and that really limited his ability for the rest of the year. But Jaden Borders is definitely somebody to keep your eye on this week tonight.
Other guys at the wideout spot last week, Demario Houston caught a 50-yard touchdown pass from R.J. George. That's his first touchdown catch as a Shelby Gold Line. You remember him mostly last year with his 7 interceptions from that cornerback spot. He'll be pulling double. Caleb Jolly getting in on some receptions at those 3rd and 4th wide receiver spots. We'll get DeMonte Poole back. He was out last week. He's another threat at the wide receiver spot. And so Shelby able to bring in lots of bodies at that wide receiver position. As they typically go with 4 wideouts, they can rotate 6, 7 guys in there.
Well, that's definitely helpful, especially when, you mentioned what a good job Demario Houston did. Well, he did his usual fantastic job in the defensive secondary. Just the rough statistics that I took had him with 2 knockdowns, passes defended, and 3 tackles just in the first half last week. So Demario is a very important man on the defensive side, but as you said, equally important offensively this year for the Golden Lions.
Yeah, so he'll be pulling double duty tonight, and 3-minute break. Let's take another break, and Jeff and I will come back with our keys to the Shelby defense, and we'll start thinking about our Aura Supermarket players to watch, and we'll do that after this break. You're listening to Golden Lions football here on 1390 WOHS.
Hi, this is Woody Durham for Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies in Shelby. Through the years, I've seen a lot of trophies and plaques, and none appear nicer than those which come from Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies. Their guarantee is not just a guarantee, but a promise for courteous service, the absolute lowest price, quality products, on-time delivery, and most of all, your satisfaction. Awards for all occasions, plus rubber stamps and engraving. That's Mark Dedman's Carolina Trophies in Shelby.
Former club members Denzel Washington and Jennifer Lopez for the Boys and Girls Clubs.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future.
You can change a child's future. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
You can open doors for children to have great futures at the Boys and Girls Club of Cleveland County. Visit us at 412 West Sumter Street or at greatfutures.org.
Carolina Energies is your heating and air service experts. They service all brands and feature complete installations. 24-hour service is available with on-call technicians. And this spring and summer, keep your family comfortable with a peace of mind service plan from Carolina Energies. It will keep you cool and save you money on costly repairs. For more information, call 704-482-9561. Carolina Energies, 515 North DeKalb Street in Shelby.
Baseball players rely on lots of coaches. First base, third base, pitching, and catching. But when it comes to insurance, you only need one coach, an Allstate agent. They'll help you with your insurance game plan. Plus, Allstate agents can bundle your coverage for your car, apartment, boat, motorcycle, and more. So you've got all your bases covered. Are you in good hands?
Your local Allstate agency is the Chris McDaniel Allstate Insurance Agency, 404 Cherryville Road, across from the YMCA in Shelby. Call 704-484-3463.
Hi, this is Woody Durham for Doctors Doug Stroud, Jim Wilson, and Craig Thompson at Family Dental Care in Shelby. No matter the age, kids, teenagers, and adults, Dr. Stroud, Wilson, and Thompson will take care of your dental needs. They have over 50 years' experience serving the people of Cleveland County. Call 704-482-3281 for Family Dental Care at 416 West Warren Street in Shelby. That's Doctors Doug Stroud, Jim Wilson, and Craig Thompson. Kids love them, and you will too.
Since 1919, yes, 1919, Griffin Drug Store in downtown Kings Mountain has been serving the people of the Kings Mountain area with the finest in prescription service. And be sure to come in and ask about the 10% senior citizen discount. And most prescription cards are honored at Griffin Drug Center, 129 West Mountain Street in downtown Kings Mountain, since 1919. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 12 on Saturday. That's Griffin Drug Center in Kings Mountain.
And, of course, also on Ustream app, where you can watch the game live through your phone and watch this great battle here between Shelby and AC Reynolds. As we left for the last break, we said we would talk about the keys to the game for the Shelby defense tonight. And with AC putting up 35 points last week and 49 against the Golden Lions last year, the defense is going to be key tonight for Shelby.
Well, absolutely. Last year it was really one of those games. It was almost who had the ball last was going to win that football game. Last year in that game, there were 23 first downs for AC Reynolds, 21 first downs for Shelby, the 61% third down for Shelby. And so it was definitely a game last year where the offenses were really ahead of the defenses. This year, I've been really impressed, more impressed with what I've seen from AC Reynolds defensively. And last week we were much more impressed with the Golden Lion defense over what they had done early last year. So it will be interesting to see how the defenses handle this tonight.
It will be, of course, at Shelby. First team D did not give up a point defensively last week. We talked about that on the ride up. The first touchdown and the only touchdown scored when the first team D was in was off an interception deflection that was returned for a touchdown. That was on the offense. The other two touchdowns for Polk were against the second team defense and maybe even some third team. The rushing touchdown after a Shelby penalty gave them a first down on a situation where Shelby was going to get the ball back. So you look at that and you say, gosh, the first team played pretty well. They only played about 2.5 quarters. So tonight probably going to have to go all four, and we'll see how they hold up against this great AC Reynolds team.
Well, one thing that we will see tonight is it is a fast surface. AC Reynolds is one of the schools that have the artificial surface, and it is a good surface. It is a fast surface, and AC Reynolds has good athletes, as does Shelby, and so it is, as far as footing, shouldn't be an issue tonight at all.
Should be good footing. It's a gorgeous night. Barely a cloud in the sky. We had a beautiful ride up here through the mountains. As a backdrop of the mountains and the green trees, we feel right at home here. Good welcome when we got here by the people here at AC Reynolds. I'm sitting next to Mr. Dalton, who the stadium's named after, and he's made us feel nice and comfortable here. So great setting for high school football. And let's talk about that Shelby defense. Last week, it was that front seven that the coaching staff was really high on and that we were high on. Guys like Clay Husky, a couple of sacks, Siobhan Miller, 2 block punts. And then how about that linebacking crew last week?
Well, you know, we always expect great things from Gary and Addison, but I tell you what, it was very impressive seeing Justin Turner, number 51. He actually was the leading tackler, leading assist man, and he had a great game.
In his first starting action at that linebacker spot, of course, we talked about Siobhan Miller, we talked about Clay Husky at the 2 defensive end spots, but in the middle it was Nick Terrell and Ken Clemens, and you know they played a great against the run last week as Shelby was able to get some pressure and also keep that running game at bay by Polk County.
Well, that's true. Now, I would say tonight one of the things that we're really going to be looking at is Joe Barnes started last week and had a good game, but then he's out this week. And DeMonte Poole, who we didn't have last week, he'll be stepping in at the safety position for Joe Barnes. And so that's one of the things that we'll really be looking at is how this secondary stacks up, because the athletes on this AC Reynolds team, what both you and I talked about when we did the Jamboree, and last week when we did the Polk game, that we got 2 and 3 people to the ball all the time, and that's very important when you're running up against some athletes that we'll see tonight.
Well, one thing that I was pleased to see last week is the coverage by the cornerbacks. We had a couple of situations where it was one-on-one coverage. I know Demario Houston had a couple of deflections, passes defensed. And then we saw a couple of the reserves do the same back there at the cornerback spot. So, you got to imagine Shelby's going to be faced with covering guys like Stone Fenceloff, C.J. Allen, that had really big games last week. They combined for 17 catches, over 180 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and Shelby's going to have their hands full covering those two.
And again, being able to look at the film, what I noticed is there were, what can the receiver get? And so you got to do a really good job of breaking down and making that tackle, which is why it's very important to go on lines and get people around that football.
And we'll come back. Let's take a 4-minute break, Steve Roberts, because we're going to have the colors and the national anthem here. So let's take a nice long break. We'll be back right after.
Remember, it wasn't raining when Noah started building the ark. For all of your waterproofing needs, stay high and dry with a call to H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing. H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing does all types of waterproofing, from basements to crawl spaces, from commercial to residential. Call 704-482-2847, 704-482-2847 for H&H Pest Control and Waterproofing, East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
A child's life is so precious, yet all around us, children's lives are being destroyed by drugs. Take an active role in your child's life. Teach them that a healthy, drug-free lifestyle is their best choice. A word from Hooker Bonding of Shelby, our area's quality professionals, a name you can trust and depend on. Hooker Bonding is working today for a brighter tomorrow for our children.
The Round Man, Okie Knipe, invites you into Okie's Tire and Service Center for all your tire and auto service needs. Okie gives you the best value in tires, both new and used tires, and they'll mount and balance your tires free. Come into Okie's Service Center for all your service needs, including radiator flush, brakes, tune-ups, oil changes, and state inspections. Serving Cleveland County since 1978. That's right, over 35 years. Okie's Tire and Service Center, 800 West Warren Street in Shelby.
Inlow Mortuary is in its 90th year providing sympathetic, efficient services to the families of the Shelby area. Inlow's is committed to these families to make sure their arrangements are handled in the most professional, caring way. The folks at Inlow's believe the quality of their service, personal touch, and the little things they do add up to the family's satisfaction. Inlow's staff is available anytime to assist you in any way they can. Inlow Mortuary, 231 North Lafayette Street in Shelby.
It's the 90th annual Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. Make plans now to be there. On the Midway, it's pig racing, Leon Jacobs, Act Monsters Chainsaw Demonstration, the Tumbleweed Crossing Wild West Show, and on the grandstand, it's the Demolition Derby and much more. So join us for the fun, the 90th annual Cleveland County Fair, September 25th through October 5th. The Cleveland County Fair at the Cleveland County Fairgrounds. Keep warm this winter and save money too with the new Echo SunTech infrared heater from Cleveland Lumber Company in Shelby. It's a 3-in-1 product, an infrared heater, a humidifier, and an air purifier with a 5-year factory warranty on the PTC heat element. The Echo SunTech infrared heater allows you to heat by zones instead of an entire area. Zone heating allows you to keep unoccupied areas cooler than normal, thereby reducing your heating bill. See one today at Cleveland Lumber Company, 217 Harewood Street in Shelby. Good credit, bad credit, no credit? Apply today and ride today at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Pick up this week's What's Up Shopper for some great deals with zero money down and rates as low as 2.99%. See the new Polaris Ranger 500 Crew for as low as $10,000. The brand new Yamaha Grizzly 125 is only $35.99. And for the lake, get the 2014 Yamaha Superjet for only $71.50. Full Throttle Power Sports. Exit 22 off I-85 in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
AC, the home team tonight, they have all yellow jerseys, yellow shirts, green numerals, pants yellow with green, white, green stripe. If you're watching on the internet, you can see it. Green helmet with rockets on the side and yellow stripe down the middle with two whites on the side. Shelby and their road white shirts with black numerals and white pants, and of course the traditional all gold helmets with the black face masks. So it's Shelby versus AC Reynolds getting ready for the coin toss.
One thing that is different about the Golden Lions uniforms, they're new jerseys this year, and Brent and I may really be pressed because they're the different type of. They are just a little bit harder to read than the old-fashioned numbers, Brent.
Yeah, a little bit harder to read. Team captains for Shelby tonight: Justin Turner, 51. Jaden Hopper, 74, Nick Terrell, 99, Siobhan Miller, 26. And while I'm thinking about it, let's give our Aura Supermarket players to watch for tonight. Coach, you're going to go offense, I'll go defense.
Okay, offensively tonight, the player to watch is going to be R.J. George, because there's going to be great amount of pressure that AC Reynolds is going to try to put on him, and he's going to have to make good decisions and quick decisions and get the ball to the correct people tonight. So R.J. George is our Aura Supermarket offensive player to watch tonight.
Defensively, we're going with the birthday boy, Justin Turner. We talked about the big game he had last week. We left him out of our players of the game. Backer spot, he's going to be a key, as he's going to have to watch for those short passes and try to help with the tackling and also stuff that run game. So Justin Turner, Aura Supermarket defensive player to watch. And Coach, we kind of shortchanged the special teams tonight, but how about the job that Richard Wright did in his first varsity start last week?
Richard Wright did a great job. He kicked the ball off deeply. We did a good job on coverage. He did a great job punting, and he trotted out on the field early in the game and knocked down a 39-yard field goal. And so you couldn't ask for much more from Richard Wright. So Richard did a great job, and he will also be key because the field position is such an important part of the game tonight.
Well, we've had the flip of the coin. Let's see who won. Shelby has won the toss and elected to can do with it. I tell you what, we got about 2 minutes on the clock. Let's take a 2-minute break. Steve Roberts will be back with Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff, and we'll be back in 2 minutes.
It's America's Mattress Sale at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. Save now on the 2013 Inventory Reduction Sale. All 2013 mattress sets must go. Get free delivery, free setup, free haul-away. Get the sleep you need, guaranteed. Save on the Serta Perfect Sleeper for only $2.99 for queen size. Get special 12-month financing and big pillows just $39. America's Mattress from Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. The easiest way home is with Homestar Financial Corporation in Shelby. Bob Webb invites you to come in and talk with one of their financial specialists about your new home, from conventional loans to FHA to VA and to USDA. And all loan programs are available to qualified buyers. Homestar Financial manages the entire mortgage process with outstanding customer service that produces a high level of customer satisfaction. Find out more today. Visit Homestar Financial Corporation, 306 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, or call 704-482-2588.
Already got the ball. They did a kickoff a little bit, about 30 seconds early on us, Coach, and Shelby returned it out to the 22-yard line by Jaden Border. So on first down, it's a carry by Chad Reed, and Chad picks up about 2.5 yards out to around the 25-yard line. Let's call it 2nd and 7, and R.J. George already back in the shotgun, and AC showing blitz from the linebacker. Shelby backs off, and we'll call a different play. They got 2 receivers wide right and 2 to the near side on the left, and George is back to pass. He's got a little bit of pressure, complete to Cavassier Shell on the sideline, and Shell into the secondary for a first down, and Shelby across the 35 with a Peakerman Insurance first down.
Well, it's been interesting. The Reynolds Rockets have shown a lot of blitz looks, but they've actually just brought the quickness of the Golden Lions.
So an 11-yard pickup on the pass to Shell, and Shelby again quick to the line. Still 11 minutes left here in the first quarter. George in the shotgun, and he's got a little bit of time to throw. Now the pressure comes. He steps up, and he's going to have to take off, taken down from behind by 21. And that's, I don't have that number on my roster, unless you got them on yours.
Don't have them on mine either, so the unknown.
It's actually, RJ was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so we'll call it no gain.
That was a coverage. If it had been a sack, it was a coverage sack because RJ had plenty of time, but there was just nobody open.
Great
I think
job.
that's Jalen Walker on the other roster I have, number 21, Jalen Walker.
Jalen Walker with good pursuit there as he's playing.
We've got number 3 for the Golden Lions down right now. That's Cavassier Shell. It looks like, not quite sure. It almost looks like a cramp, but it's awfully early to have a cramp.
It is, and he's going to go off mostly on his own power, but kind of the little limp makes you look like it's a calf. And he's quickly off the field, and R.J. George back out. And let's see, that's DeMonte Poole in for Cavassier. So DeMonte, who missed last week's game, is back in for Cavassier Shell, and the clock starting on the play clock. And 2nd and 10 for Shelby from their 36-yard line. Empty backfield, and George is back to pass again. He fakes the short pass, then goes back to it, and that's complete to Chad Reed. And Reed puts one move, puts his head down, and bowls his way across the 45 and out of. Let's see the spot, and they do spot it on the 45, so it's a gain of 9. And going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Golden Lions.
A really nice run after he caught that ball because he got about 8 of those 9 yards after first contact.
3rd and 1. George looks to the sideline. He's got Reed in the backfield, 2 receivers right and 2 left. Coach Emery's calling the play in. Play clock down under 10. And now Reed switches in the I formation behind George, and he goes in motion to the right, and George calls his own number. And I don't know if he got it. He got just across the 45, needed to get the 46, and they're not even going to give him past the 45 as they mark it down right there on the 45-yard line for no gain. And it's going to bring up for 4th and 1, and AC Reynolds not.
His helmet is off. Looks like they're going to trot in backup quarterback.
So Shelby.
Darquez Lee, and it's 4th and 1 on the Shelby 45-yard line.
So big call by Shelby to go for it here, or potentially go for it. And this may be a situation where they run the play clock down and call a timeout. Play clock down under 2, and Shelby does call a timeout. We'll take one too. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Golden Lions football here on 1390 W.
Honda's line of 4-track Rancher all-terrain vehicles are America's favorite ATVs because they're always improving. That's especially true with the all-new 2014 Ranchers, like the new double cradle steel chassis and aggressively styled bodywork that's just as tough as it is good-looking. So head on down to Honda of Shelby, Highway 74 Bypass East in Shelby, and see the entire 2014 Honda Rancher line. You'll see why these midsize ATVs are truly the best on earth. Honda of Shelby, Highway 74 East.
Back to AC Reynolds down, a full 1 yard to go from their own 45-yard line. And Shelby is trotting in after a timeout, the offensive unit, and R.J. George is headed to the locker room, or at least to the sideline, and Darquez Lee is in at quarterback. He's in the shotgun. Chad Reed to his left, and AC Reynolds with guys flying all over, and the Shelby right side of the line jumps. And that looks like Shelby's going to back up 5 yards. So now they're going to have to bring in the punt unit. So Shelby, after the timeout, decide to go for it and then come out and shoot themselves in the foot with a penalty.
Well, one of the things that your offensive line has to do a great job of is when people are jumping back and forth and showing stunts and then backing out of it, is you determination not to come out of your stance, and that time the Golden Lions did.
So AC Reynolds defense holds on the first series, and Shelby's Richard Wright's on the punt. He gets off a pretty good punt, and it turns over, and the ball is muffed by AC Reynolds, and it's a free-for-all for the ball. Shelby dives on it. Dax Hollifield, but rolls right under him, and it's recovered by AC, and that's C.J. Allen, the guy that muffed it, came back and fell on it. So redeems himself there, and AC dodges a big bullet.
That was a 45-yard punt by Richard Wright with no return. So AC will start on their own 15-yard line.
So they take over 1st and 10 from their 15, and it's Stafford and company in the shotgun. And the Shelby linebacker, Garyon Addison, that was the guilty party. And that's going to make it a 1st and 5 situation, and the coaches love that as the playbook is wide open at that point.
Well, one of the things that Coach Ware talked about in the paper was that we needed to cut back on some of our penalties, and we've not done that so far.
Hand off to A.J. Logan, and Siobhan Miller is right there to get him for little to no gain, maybe a half a yard. And it's going to bring down a 2nd and 4.5.
That was an interesting 1 yard gain. Looked like he barely got back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 4 now for the Reynolds Rockets.
Stafford in the shotgun, and he rolls to his right. He puts it up in the air. He's got open receiver, overthrows, and picks the game. Stafford just overshot his intended receiver, who was running a crossing pattern, and Demario Houston made a kind of a lunging, diving catch for the interception.
But it was a great interception. Ball was just a little overthrown, so the Golden Lions are in business on the AC Reynolds 35-yard line with 8:38 left in the first quarter, no score.
So Shelby, after the punt and almost muffed punt by AC Reynolds, takes over at the Reynolds 35 after the Demario Houston interception. On 1st down, Shelby's running a trick play as Chad Reed throws a pass to Jaden Borders, caught inside the 15, and he'll be dragged down at the 13. And so Shelby with the trick play goes for 22 yards on the half.
Touchdown, but the main thing is it was complete, and from this point on, the Reynolds secondary is going to have to be a little bit careful about coming forward on the run support.
So the ball marked down at the 13, and that is a gain of 22. And on 1st down, it's R.J. George under heavy pressure. He's rolling right. He tosses it in the end zone, wide open, and Shelby receiver. And that's a touchdown for 28, Caleb Jolly. And Shelby draws the first points tonight as an Ed Green Construction Company take it to the house touchdown for the Golden Lions, puts them up 6-0. That's a 13-yard reception for Caleb Jolly from R.J. George. And R.J. able to buy the extra time, coach, and able
to buy some time when he's needed to.
And R.J. stays on for the hold, and the extra point is blocked. And I think that was 21 again. And you've got his name.
Yes, I had his name. I'll have to go back and find it again. Yes, that is Jalen Walker, number 21. 6 foot, 170 pound tailback. They've got him listed, a senior. That time, the snap and the hold just took forever to get down. I don't know that the snap was bad, but Richard waited and waited and waited before he stepped forward, and that was pretty much doomed.
And so Shelby on the board with 8:11 to go first quarter on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. They take a 6-0 lead over AC Reynolds. And the extra points, Shelby takes advantage of an AC Reynolds interception and in 2 plays go 35 yards to take the lead. And it's Richard Wright staying on the field. He'll do the Jammin' Jay's kickoff, Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff for the Golden Lions. Back deep for AC Reynolds looks like 22 Sean Hill. And I can't read.
I believe that's number 20.
That is 20, A.J. Logan. So the 2 running backs deep for the Rockets. And Wright's kickoff is a pretty good one, and it sends Logan back to his 3-yard line. He's across the 15 to the 20, and he's got a hole. He's across the 30, dragged down at on their second possession.
I think it's Siobhan Miller on that tackle.
So let's see what the Shelby defense can do here. First possession, they had a 5-yard penalty. Then they allowed a 1-yard rush, and then the interception by Houston. Stafford in the shotgun. Logan to his left. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Shelby with a 4-man front, and it's going to be Stafford on the keeper, and it's Gary on Addison, the senior linebacker, up to the task as he's going to get Stafford for maybe a yard gain, and that's it.
Stafford did a really good job of seeing that ball in the belly of the running back, and I thought the running back actually had it, but thank goodness G9 saw that he didn't. He was 2-on-1, and G9 just did a great job of getting off the block and making the tackle.
And this time Stafford rolls right. He's got protection and a wide open receiver. It's complete to Fenceloff, I believe, and he's across the 40. Buck Ushery takes him down. Actually, that's number 80, Mason Smith. Smith just short of the first down, but he's across the 40 to the 41. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 on the pickup of 7.
A very mobile quarterback who rolls out and got a little bit outside of the contain, and hopefully we're going to back up here. We got a guy off sides over here, 24. Buck Ushery needs to back up, and he does now.
And Reynolds with 4 receivers left. Shelby with just 3 DBs. Now they switch quickly, and he does, and it's complete to Smith again. 1st down across midfield. Justin Turner on the tackle, but not until Smith is in the Shelby half of the field at the 47.5-yard line.
Turner with the tackle and Mitchell with the assist, but that does put a 1st down for the Reynolds Rockets on the 48-yard line.
And that's a gain of 11, and the Rockets are on the move. Smith had 3 catches last week for 20 yards already with 2 catches for 18. Low snap, it's fielded and hand off to A.J. Logan, and he's got run room. He's into the Shelby secondary, across the 30, dragging Shelby tacklers inside the 20, and Logan with a huge run for the Rockets.
Touchdown saving tackle that time by Aaron Jolly, who got drug about 8 yards down the field, unfortunately.
Shelby's got an injured player, it looks like. And I'll tell you what, Steve Roberts, let's take a 1-minute injury timeout, and we'll be back and hope this is not a serious injury.
Medical Arts Pharmacy is your locally owned independent hometown pharmacy. Unlike the big chain stores, Medical Arts Pharmacy calls you by name and treats you like family and friends, not a number. Medical Arts has more National Board certified technicians and personnel than other pharmacies to keep down your waiting time on prescriptions. Online refills at medicalartsofshelby.com. Medical Arts Pharmacy, 108 Grover Street near the hospital in Shelby. Call 704-487-8068.
Back to AC Reynolds. It was a 29-yard run by A.J. Logan that gave the Rockets a 1st and 10 at the Shelby 18, and on first down, Sean Hill gets a yard, brings up a 2nd and 9. Hill stays in the game, but it's going to be a timeout called by AC Tevin Stafford. And let's take a 30-second break here as well and be back.
Service. That's hard to find when it comes to lawn and garden equipment. Not anymore. Head to Parker Farm Service in Kings Mountain. Parker Farm Service services all major brands, makes, and models. Call Mary McHenry to set up your appointment at 704-259-6130. And Parker Farm Service welcomes Kenny Barbie to their service department. 24-hour turnaround with in-house parts, plus delivery and pickup is available. Parker Farm Service on Bessie Drive at the Highway 74 bypass, Oak Grove Road intersection in Kings Mountain.
Back to AC Reynolds High School. Rockets burned a timeout here with 5:50 left first quarter. Golden Lions on top of AC Reynolds 6-0, and AC Reynolds on the move here as they have a 2nd and 9 at the Shelby 17-yard line, showing a 4-man front, and Stafford back to pass. He's got all kinds of time, and he's got an open guy across the middle, underthrown, and Aaron Jolly almost picks it off as it hits him in the hands, and he's upset that he didn't hold on to that one.
Well, that's true. I'm not sure whether it was just a great defensive play or the ball was underthrown. I thought it was going to it was going to get to the receiver in plenty of time. That he did a great job of stepping in front of that and almost bringing back an interception.
And he had a lot of green in front of him had he held on to that interception. But nonetheless, it's 3rd and 9. AC Stafford back in the shotgun. He rolls right. Shelby with blitz. And they're on Stafford quickly, but he eludes him, and he's buying time, and he's got a receiver open. This time it's DeMario Houston that knocks the pass down, and the Shelby DBs having a great game early.
Bring up a 4th and 9 AC on their about 18-yard line, maybe 17-yard line, and I don't know if they have a kicker that can kick it this distance, and I think they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
They're definitely have their offense still on the field. Play clock still at 21 seconds, so plenty of time to get this play off. But Stafford looking to the sideline, and AC is going to indeed go for it. It's 4th down 9 from the Shelby 17.
5:39 left. Golden Lions leading 6-0 in the first quarter.
Two receivers right and left, and shotgun and jailbreak for Shelby, and they got to Stafford again. He gets away, and he's got run room. He may get the first down with his legs, and he does, out of bounds inside the 10. A flag comes in from the secondary late after the play. So let's see what the penalty downfield on the offense.
Can't be a legal man downfield because the pass wasn't thrown. But again, Clay Husky just about had that sack, but as I mentioned, the quarterback is very elusive, and you've got to do a great job.
So that's 2 plays in a row that
blocking
Shelby.
The back.
Wow, and that is unfortunate for AC as Stafford did a tremendous job to elude the Shelby rush and then get the first down with his feet.
Of course, the block in the back happened way downfield, and so basically I think they're going to be in the same situation they were in. Exactly the same situation. They're still going to be 4th and 9 at the 17.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think they lost 1 yard in that. So they're marking it back at the 18. So it could be a situation where he picked up the 9 exactly that he needed. So we'll take a 30-second break, too, and see what AC does off this timeout on a 4th and 10.
Check out the new storage buildings at the Roundup store in Shelby. Come see the new vinyl siding storage building and the new T111 wooden siding building. And the Roundup store's wooden buildings are built to last and last. And check out their line of beautiful kitchen cabinets. Make your dream kitchen a reality. The Roundup store, 1610 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Open 8:30 till 5:30 Monday through Friday, 8:30 till noon on Saturday. Online at roundupshelby.com.
Here we are back. AC Reynolds faced with a big 4th and 10 call. And one they decided to go for it on 4th and 9, and then a first down but a penalty, and now they've called another timeout, and they've come back out with the offense. So 4th and 10, AC Reynolds from the Shelby 18-yard line, and there's 4 receivers left, 1 right, Stafford in the shotgun, and he's under a heavy rush again by Siobhan Miller and company, and this time, unfortunately, he's going to elude it but run out of room and have to run out of bounds, and that's going to turn the ball over to Shelby all the way up at the 28-yard line.
That's
so
about as good as you could hope for Shelby as far as that goes. And so here with 5:25 left in the first quarter, Golden Lions have the ball on their own 27-yard line. That is a
yeah, so really they lose 9 yards on that play. So as you said, about the best thing that could have happened to Shelby. They get the ball back and gain 9 yards of field position. 1st and 10 Golden Lions, R.J. George. This time it's Xavier Brooks in the backfield, the freshman, and on first down, George back to pass, and he's under heavy pressure. He's not wanting to go down, but eventually there's 3 guys, and he's got to, and that's number 2, Gage Tressler, on the tackle. He had some help, but he was there first, and that's going to be a loss of about 6 for the Golden Lions.
As we said, it was going to be a day that we're going to really see a lot about this offensive line, and it's not been immediate pressure, but RJ's just not having quite enough time to get the ball off right now.
Yeah, you mentioned in the pregame he does get rid of it. It's almost caught by Jaden Borders with all kinds of running room, but he did that old sin, Coach, where instead of catching it and then running, he tried to catch and turn upfield before he had it all the way in his grasp, and he dropped it.
So that brings up a really big play for the Golden Lions now, 3rd down and about 16 on their own 21-yard line. And that was a shame. Golden Lions come out in the pistol formation this time.
First incompletion by George. He's 3 for 4. And on 3rd and 16, he pump fakes, and now he's under heavy pressure. He rolls out right, and he's got to throw it. He's got Buck Ussery. Buck has to come back for it and kind of lays out for it and is unable to come up with it. Would have been shy of the first down by about 5 yards. Falls incomplete, and Shelby forced to punt. AC with a good hold.
Good. The pressure has been coming, and instead of having about 4 seconds to get rid of the ball, RJ's got about 2.5, and then he's got to get rid of it, and he's just had a little bit of difficulty doing that, and Golden Lions are missing a man on the punt team right now.
And coming on late is Buck Ussery, so he's been playing a little bit everywhere.
And not sure whether Buck's actually the starter there or just the first reserve.
9 on the play clock, right, and it's a good snap from Appling, and Wright gets off a decent kick, and it takes a great Shelby bounce at the 50 and rolls another 25, 26, 20, almost 27 yards inside the AC 25 down at the 24-yard line.
I think about a 55-yard punt.
In the first week where Polk County got a couple of bounces like that, and you almost say, I'd rather have that than a 45-yarder that's fielded cleanly.
Absolutely. So Golden Lions did a great job with that punt this time. So now AC Reynolds in business on their own 24-yard line.
And a little trickery here is they run the option to the wide receiver who's coming in motion from the side, and that's C.J. Allen. He fumbles at the end of the tackle, but I think Shelby recovered it out of bounds, Dax Hollifield, but they're going to spot it where the ball went out of bounds, so they give the benefit of another 3 yards, and that's going to be enough for a first down. So a couple of times AC's put it on the ground and able to hold on to the football.
So first down for AC. That's the 3rd first down for AC Reynolds. Golden Lions only have 2 first downs left in the first quarter.
It's a 10-yard gain and just enough for the first down. And Stafford back. He gets rid of it quickly and complete. And that's another first down across the 45. And this time it is Fenceloff on the catch, his first of the night. And again, AC moving the ball on their half of the field.
Demario Houston with the tackle and Justin Turner with the assist. again, quickly, the thing that I've been really impressed with the quarterback for AC Reynolds in the film and in tonight is he gets rid of the ball quickly.
2 plays, 2 first downs. They're across their 45, and it's a handoff. It's actually Stafford on the keeper, fools the whole Shelby defense, and Aaron Jolly has to come up from the safety spot to make the tackle, but not after Stafford gets 9. And
fake, Clay Husky made the tackle, and I thought it was going to be a tackle for a loss, but unfortunately the man he tackled did not have the football.
So it's going to be, it's really second and less than a half a yard. But Stafford going with the pass, and he's looking downfield. He's got guys covered, and he's just going to have to burn one, throw it away. There's a flag coming down well late.
It's got to be a hold on number 50. It was pretty much a single-arm takedown on Clay Husky that time, and or maybe not Clay Husky, might have been Siobhan Miller. And either way, it's going to be a big loss, because holding is from the spot of the foul, and that spot of the foul is back at the 49-yard line, so it's going to take them all the way back to the 39, and that'll mean where they did have 2nd and 1, they're going to have about second.
Yeah, that's about a 16-yard penalty, and I'll tell you, it was 2nd and less than a yard, and now it's 2nd and 17 thanks to that penalty. And in high school football, unfortunately, it's a spot foul, and a 10-yard penalty turns into a 16-yard penalty. 2nd and 17, 3:22 to go first quarter. And Stafford again back to throw. Shelby, it's a screen. Shelby saw it, but it still was set up quite well, but Smith unable to pull it in. And he had some running room there.
Yeah, we were fortunate on that. It's like the front 4 saw that it was a screen, and they stopped. And unfortunately, though, the secondary didn't quite, the linebackers and secondary couldn't tell it was a screen, and it was set up quite well. It could have been a big, big gain. Lions weren't so good, but they were quite lucky. So it's 3rd down and 17 for the Reynolds Rockets here with 3:18 left in the first quarter. This first quarter's lasted a long time.
A lot of passing, and Shelby shows blitz, and Stafford goes back. He's got heavy pressure, steps out of it again, delivers a pass that Buck Ussery met at the same time as the receiver did, and was able to knock it away for an incomplete pass.
So that is 3 times now that goal line secondary have gotten their hands on passes or have hit the receiver hard enough that it's knocked it loose.
3:12 to go first quarter. Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. Shelby 6, AC Reynolds 0. In other action, Crest has jumped out in front of Ashbrook 7-0 on a P.J. Brooks punt return for a touchdown. And now down inside 10. And AC's going to have to hurry to get this one off. 4th and 17 from their own 39. They do get the snap off. It's a good one. End over end kick, takes a bounce. And it's going to be fielded by Jaden Borders at the 20, and he's going to have to turn around. Big block by Shelby, and Borders goes down. Great open field tackle there by AC Reynolds. 95, Najee Buchanan. And you don't see too often a guy that size take down a guy the size of Jaden Borders in the open field.
He did a great job. That was a fantastic block that time, and I think that block was by Aaron. Was it Aaron Jolly, or was it was Demario Houston? I knew it was either 20 or 21. So Golden Lions are in business on their own 21-yard line with 3:01 left in the
handoff to Chad Reed, and he doesn't find a hole and has to bust it outside, and he hits the sidelines, and he's going to step out of bounds, but not until he gets a first down.
It was almost a late hit, almost a horse collar, but it was neither one. It was actually a pretty good no call, I think, but that is a first down. No hole, but Buck did a great job of bouncing it outside for about a 14-yard gain.
And really, that's only the second carry by Shelby of the night, other than RJ running, scrambling. And so the first play of the game was a run, and then Shelby waits all this time and gets a 14-yard gain. And now it's another handoff. This is the freshman, Xavier Brooks, and he gets to the outside, and he turns it upfield. He's to the 50. He breaks it back, 40, 35, still on his feet. It's a foot race to the 30, 25, and he stumbles down. In a touchdown, Devonnie Cunningham makes the tackle. but the freshman on his first varsity carry, it's a good one.
That's a pretty good first carry by a freshman right there.
He goes from the Shelby 35 to the AC Reynolds 23-yard line.
And AC is taking their last time out of the first half with 2:39 left in the first quarter.
We'll take a 30-second break and be right.
As the spring season rolls in, remember Shelby Hardware for all the rental equipment you need to get those lawns and gardens in shape. Shelby Hardware's rental equipment includes blowers, string trimmers, vacuums, lawnmowers, aerators, spikers, spreaders, edgers, tillers, and ladders. And Shelby Hardware's small engine repair shop can service and repair all your lawn and garden equipment. Shelby Hardware, serving Cleveland County since 1979, located at 506 South Lafayette Street, Shelby.
Back to AC Reynolds High School, home of the Rockets. Shelby gets a big 42-yard run from freshman Xavier Day Brooks. And they're going to have a 1st and 10 at the AC Reynolds 23-yard line. AC takes its last time out. 2:39 left here, first quarter.
It has been a long first quarter, though.
Very long. And Shelby on first down goes back to pass, and George gets heavy pressure. He's maybe going to get out. Well, he broke 3 tackles. Fourth one he couldn't break, but the fourth one was the worst one because he lost the most yards. Sacked by Patrick Sullivan all the way back at the 32. That's a loss of 9 for the Golden Lions.
And that sack happened behind him, and so you got to wonder about the way he's. You get a pop on that Achilles tendon, and it really hurts. So it looks like they're going to bring in Darquez Lee one more time, the second time that he's been in. But now it's second down and about 19 for the Golden Lions after that sack.
Second 19, 2 running backs, one to each side, and they're going to hand it to the second one. That's Chad Reed, and he finds a hole on the right side, and he's barreling his way inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line. He gets back about 8 of the 9 they just lost. And so nice hard running by Chad Reed that time.
Of course, with R.J. George over on the sideline, he is the holder, and so that opens up all kinds of issues if we do need to try to kick a field goal.
Lee stays in. He's got 2 receivers right, 2 left. Buckeye, but quickly complete. Cavassier Shell, he's hit hard, but stays on his feet, and he's going to have a first down to the 11-yard line, a pickup of 13, and a Pegram Insurance first down for the Golden Lions.
That was a great pitch and catch that time, and Darquez made a great decision, delivered the ball, and now R.J. George comes back in, but he really is limping right now, Paul. I mean, sorry, it's the first time I've ever called you Paul. I don't really even know Paul. Brent.
Either way, it's a 13-yard catch by Cavassier Shell after the Darquez Lee pass. Now 1st and 10. George back to pass, and he's under heavy pressure. He puts it up for grabs. Chad Reed with a diving catch. Touchdown, Golden Lions. Chad Reed, and that's 11 yards. And Shelby takes a 12-0 lead.
That was a very well-thrown ball and a great catch that time. Now let's see if we can get this thing off much quicker than we did last time.
58.2 seconds left on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard, and Shelby up 12-0, pending this extra point attempt. R.J. George is in to hold, right in to do the kicking. Good spot, good hold. He gets it off much quicker this time, and good. Shelby 13, AC Reynolds 0, courtesy of an Ed Green Construction touchdown from R.J. George to Chad Reed. Back in 30 seconds for Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff.
There's nothing like a Bobcat to cut grass, and there's no better deal than right now to own a new Bobcat from West End Sales in Vail. For only $101 a month, you can be mowing on your new Bobcat with 0% financing for 54 months. See the Bobcat Fast Cat R2 with a big 22 horsepower Kawasaki engine and a big 52-inch cut and a heavy-duty frame weighing 850 pounds, plus a 3-year, 300-hour warranty. Only $101 per month at West End Sales, Highway 2718 North Intersection, Vail.
Back to AC Reynolds High School, R.L. Dalton Stadium in Asheville, and Shelby leads AC Reynolds 13-0. I mentioned we got a new sponsor this week. That's Ed Green Construction, and we just had an Ed Green Construction take it to the house touchdown on the R.J. George to Chad Reed 11-yard touchdown pass, and that's the second touchdown pass of the night already for R.J. George as he connected for a 13-yard touchdown pass to Caleb Jolly earlier in the first quarter. Richard Wright lines it up for a Jam & J's Pizza Factory kickoff, and he's nailed it down to the 7, and that's taken by Logan there, and he's up across the 20, and that's Hill, and he's across the 40. One man down as A.J. Logan goes 93 yards. And just like that, AC Reynolds cuts this lead in half.
It was a nice deep kick, but both times there's been a seam down the left hash, and Logan, first time he didn't take it to the house, but unfortunately for the Golden Lions, that time he did.
You don't see it too often where a skill player for the other team has the speed to outrun the entire Shelby pursuit. That time it happened. A.J. Logan goes 93 yards on the return, and just like that, Shelby's 13-0 lead is 13-6. On for the extra point is number 9,
Seth Coleman.
First quarter, Shelby leads 13-7. Back in 30 seconds for the kickoff.
Jam & J's Pizza Factory is Shelby's favorite locally owned family pizza restaurant, featuring a pizza buffet and salad bar, a fantastic game room, and birthday parties. Jam & J's has gluten-free pizza, vegan cheese pizza, and now try the La Nova wings in barbecue, hot and spicy, or oven roasted. And Jam & J's is the original home for the Livermus pizza. Want to eat at home and watch the game? Call for carryout at 704-600-6182. Jam & J's Pizza Factory, Highway 74 East, behind the Golden Corral in Shelby.
To burn, similar to what you see from your Golden Lions from year to year, and we just saw it there from A.J. Logan. The lead quickly dwindles to 13-7 with just 7 seconds run off the clock, or excuse me, 10 seconds run off the clock. So we're still, Coach, in the first quarter. That seems like it's taken all night.
Well, it has been about 39 minutes because this game actually started about 7:29, and so we're now at about 8:10, and so this is the first quarter that doesn't seem to want to end. 45 seconds left in the first quarter.
Seth Coleman on to do the kickoff duties. He just kicked the extra point to cut the Shelby lead to 6. Shelby's got 4 guys deep, and the kick goes to the 13-yard line taken by Jaden Borders. He's up across the 20, stutter steps to the 25, and he finds the seam to the 30, 35, 40, and he's down there at the 40. So
5th time the Golden Lions have had the ball in the first quarter. 37.5 seconds left in the first quarter. Golden Lions on their own 40-yard line.
And it's right on the 40-yard line. So let's see what Shelby can do to answer the AC Reynolds kickoff return for a touchdown. Shelby comes out with Cavassier Shell, Kenneth Ruff to the right, and to the left is Jaden Borders, and it looks like Chad Reed, and then it's Xavier Brooks, and he gets the handoff, and he slips down in the backfield for a loss of about 3 yards.
Well, you know, I made a big deal about how it's going to be a good track to run on, and it looks like I've seen, that's the 3rd time that I've seen Golden Lions fall on this turf. Now, it is not the brand new turf. This turf.
Second down, 13. Brooks stays in, and George throws a quick pass to the side, but he
short-armed it.
He short-armed it. He had Jaden Borders over there with blockers, and George mad at himself for not getting that ball over there with more authority.
So 3rd down and 13 now. Still 8.6 seconds left in the first quarter.
Here's kind of what sums up the first quarter for me. It's still going, and Shelby's had 3 different quarterbacks complete a pass in the first quarter. George back, 3rd and 13. Reynolds shows blitz, and George backs off, looks to the sidelines. He's going to call an audible here. Shelby 2 receivers right and left, and here comes Reynolds creeping guys up again. George with good protection gets the pass off to the sideline, and throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a very un-RJ George looking set of passes that time. I mean, first he short arms it, and then second he kind of airmails it. And so definitely he and Jaden Borders were not on the same page that time. Golden Lions bringing in the punt team.
And just like that, the momentum has changed. And, over the years, we've talked about what a big deal momentum is, especially at the high school level. And you see it here tonight as it's switched momentum to AC Reynolds. And now off the side of the foot is the punt of Richard Wright. And our AC Reynolds is going to take over in pretty good field position at their own 37-yard line.
So it's going to be a 26-yard punt that time by Richard Wright. 45, 30, 50, 45 on the third punt.
And there is a flag down on the play. The ball was bounced once inbounds and then went out of bounds. So there was no ball fielded by AC Reynolds.
The first quarter is finally over now. Once we figure out what the penalty is going to be and where the placement is going to be of the football.
The penalty flag is thrown at the 41-yard line. The ball went out of bounds at the 37-yard line. And now they're going to where the ball's spotted. And are they going to mark it off against Shelby? It's a punch to the head.
Blow to the head or targeting. And actually the penalty is on AC Reynolds, I believe. Didn't he point it back to AC Reynolds?
So he marked. Well, this is weird. But then he'd have to mark it off from the 37 this way. Unless he just switches sides here. All right, we got a little bit of a mix-up here. So it was the last play of the quarter. So the question is, do they mark the penalty off and then change the sides of the fields, or do they change the side of the field and then mark the penalty?
As long as they mark the penalty, it doesn't really matter. It's just a matter of I'm still trying to figure out exactly who the penalty was on.
Yeah, they pointed towards AC Reynolds. They marked it off against Shelby.
Well, they didn't mark it off at all. The man with the football is still standing on the 37-yard line.
Okay. All right. We'll have to figure out what's going on. If you're watching it on Ustream, you're as confused as we are on how this is marked off. So now it looks like what they're going to do is they're going to change sides of the field. Then they're going to mark off the penalty. And so it goes from the 37 back to the 24.
Okay.
So they must have marked it as a spot foul.
Okay.
I don't know.
13-yard penalty.
13-yard penalty.
That? Okay. End of the first quarter.
End of the first quarter, and it looks like AC is going to take over on their own 24-yard line when it's all said and done. So, not sure there, but anyway, we're starting the second quarter here. End of the first quarter, Shelby 13-7 over AC Reynolds. First quarter, Coach. We saw some big plays both ways.
Absolutely, big plays both ways. A lot of excitement, a lot of speed, and a lot of time as well. The officials are still talking among themselves like they're still not quite sure what happened.
Well, the only thing I can figure is they should mark off either 2 more yards to the 22, or
I don't know.
All right. Well, they're explaining it to both coaching staffs, but nothing really changes. It's still at the AC Reynolds 24-yard line. They'll take over 1st and 10, start the second quarter. And just like that, Stafford's back to pass, and it's a screen pass perfectly set up, but Shelby hit by Buck Ussery and knocked out of bounds. But, again, that screen play set up very well where the Shelby defensive line sees it unfortunately, the ball's thrown over their heads, and the linebackers and defensive backs well downfield, and a lot of run room for Logan there.
Well, you know, the Golden Lions had pretty good pursuit that time, but just were not fast enough. And again, that's the thing that that we're not used to seeing, Golden Lions being outrun at the point of attack. Low snap, the ball is handled, pitch back, bad angle, and AC Reynolds ends up with about a 6-yard gain on what should have been, you know, pretty much nothing. But again, a bad angle that time by the defensive secondary.
And that was the receiver going in motion again. CJ picks up, it looks like 6, and AC Reynolds approaching midfield. They're at their own 49-yard line, 2nd and 4. And it's a handoff on first down, but this time G9, is that, no, that's not G9.
I think that's Clay Husky.
That's Clay Husky.
Clay's been making that play, but every time he's made the play, the ball has been pulled out of the belly. But that time he was able to make the play, and the ball was with the back. And so, again, that's the 3rd time that Clay Husky's hit the back in the backfield, but it's the 1st time that he's actually had the ball. So that's the 2nd tackle by Husky, and that's a big loss. That's going to make 3rd and 7 now for AC at their own 46-yard line with 11:09 left in the first half.
And that was Hill on the carry. He loses 3. And here comes G9 with a big sack, and Stafford is going to lose about 13 yards that time as he ran Addison. They're actually going to call it a loss of about 11 as they mark it at the 32-yard line.
Well, actually, I think the line of scrimmage was about the 46, wasn't it? I think it was 46.
Oh,
so
you're
it's
right.
actually about a 14-yard loss, and that was perfectly defensed that time by G9. And he had great he had a great angle that time and made a good hard tackle, and there was no way to get out of it.
4th and 21, so you're right, a loss of 14, and Clay Husky almost gets to this punt, but just misses it. Takes a good bounce for AC Reynolds. Chad Reed flirted with disaster there as he tried to field it after 3 bounces, but shies away, and AC Reynolds downs it at the Shelby 26. Shelby will take over there leading 13-7, 10-14 left, 2nd quarter.
For about 2.5 hours, but it's only been about 1 hour and 45 minutes, but there's still 10-14 left. Golden Lions start their first time in the 2nd quarter on their own 26-yard line.
All right, Sarjay George and company back out on the field. He's got an empty backfield with 4 receivers right, 1 left, and they set up the screen pass. It's complete, but how about AC Reynolds there to make it a loss on the play, as they were not fooled at all.
Again, good tackle that time, and AC Reynolds got 2 guys there because he just about got out of that first tackle, but then the second man was there to finish up the tackle. And so Shelby now 2nd down and 13. This AC Reynolds defense has really looked good the last 2 times the Golden Lions have had the football.
3 back plus another, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 9 for the Golden Lions. And a big play, really, because AC is seized the momentum here of the game, as Shelby had a 3-and-out last series, and now they're looking at a 2nd one in a row if they can't get something going here. That was Ustry's first carry of the night. Empty backfield and heavy pressure. George steps up, and he's going to go down on the sack. And that's inside the 20, or marked right at the 20, so that's a loss of 7. And Shelby's going to have to bring the punt unit on. And that time, Shelby didn't do a very good job, one, of protecting George, but then George also rid of that one.
So you've nailed it on the head right now. You can feel it. You can just feel it right now. The momentum has really switched. That's 2 straight 3-and-outs by the Golden Lions after taking a 13-0 lead. Now it's 13-7, and Shelby having to punt from their own 20-yard line, and they've got 10 men up trying to block.
And in the back of Shelby's minds, and they hit the Shelby punter. Wright gets it away, takes a big Shelby bounce. It's fielded by C.J. Allen, and he makes a good return, and then he is hit hard by Clay Husky. Gets up quickly He's into Shelby territory at the 45. I got a feeling.
Should be roughing the kicker.
Well, you can't fault AC for taking a chance. The ball deep in Shelby territory and going after that one. The problem is they just missed it, and they really got right pretty hard. Are they going to call it a running into or a roughing? Wow.
He's waved it off. They're saying that the ball was tipped, apparently.
Wow. Don't know about that one.
He punted it 40 yards, and it got tipped. That's a pretty darn good punt, 40 yards with it being tipped and then him getting run over.
Well, you saw that one on the internet, so we'll just leave it at that. AC Reynolds takes over at the Shelby 45 after the flag is waved off. Stafford in the shotgun, and he keeps it. He's going back, and he's got a guy open, but he throws it just short of Mason Smith, and that falls incomplete.
Right here, AC on the golden line side of the football field, and I tell you what, it was a really nice job. A lot of times when you see that flag go down, you just kind of relax and you think, okay, the flag, we're gonna get 15 yards, but we had to make a pretty good tackle that time, or else it could have been a touchdown.
8:12 to go, second quarter, 2nd and 10, and Stafford drops it in his backfield. He tried to do the play we saw at the Jamboree, Coach, where he kind of fakes the throw and hands it off to the running back, and the running back kept going without the ball. And that's going to be a loss of 5 yards.
So now 3rd and 15, Golden Lions are close to getting out of this mess right now, still leading 13-7 with 7:48 clock ticking. Ball right at midfield.
Tell you, as the Golden Lions, that's the 3rd time that Shelby had an interception right in the breadbasket that they were unable to haul in. You got to think, gosh, we've had some opportunities, can't cashed in.
Another empty backfield this time.
It is 4 receivers left, and he rolls right, and he's got single coverage, and he's got no time to even look downfield. He's going to throw incomplete.
That's intentional grounding, because this is not the NFL. There's no such thing as being able to throw that ball to the sideline. There's no receiver within 100 yards of it. He threw the ball out of bounds. This is high school football. That is intentional grounding. They're not going to call it, but that's intentional grounding.
4th and 15 from midfield, and a late guy coming on for AC Reynolds of Jaden Borders on a punt earlier. Good snap. This time Shelby brings some heat, but they don't get to it, and it's off the side of the foot and almost into the cheerleaders. And somehow they mark it out at the 46.
Nope, he's still coming back. I was about to say it's going to be a 9-yard punt. I believe Golden Lions are going to get the ball at the 41-yard line.
So good field position for the Golden Lions. And again, hard to explain. It's been a pretty wild game. There's been big plays, penalties, turnovers, near turnovers. I think it's been more the almost, though, tonight, Coach, that's been the excitement.
That's true, and that turned out to be a 10-yard punt because they put the ball back at the 40. So Golden Lions are going to have the ball on their own 40-yard line, and we haven't done anything with it the last 2 times we touched it.
Gained tackle by Joey Gonzalez, and I think Xavier gets about 4, so good running by the freshman.
Good hard run by the freshman, and anytime you can get 4 yards, that's 2nd and 6. That looks a lot better than what we've been doing up to this point. Again, just the last 2 series, we've just been really out of sync.
Out of sync. George, got hit hard a couple of times. He's been a little off on his last few throws. He looks to the sidelines here. He's got Borders, Shell, Ruff to the right, Jolly left, and it's Brooks in the backfield. He's back, and he looks right. It's a quick hit, and it's complete to Borders, and he's fighting for extra yardage. He's across midfield, and that extra effort gets the Pegram Insurance first down inside AC Reynolds territory.
That was a very well-thrown pass, good catch, and an excellent run that time. And 30 seconds left in the first half. Golden Lions now in business on the 48-yard line of the Reynolds Rockets.
Pickup of 8 and a Pegram Insurance first down, and an important one for the Golden Lions. is they need to get a little more control of the clock. Clock at 6:15 and a handoff to Brooks, and he's hitting the backfield. He gets away from the first tackler, then he's bottled up, and he's going to lose 2.
Again, he did a heck of a job to only lose 2 that time. He took a really good shot as soon as he got his hands on the ball. Again, this is what we said we were going to have to be looking for, because AC is bringing a lot of pressure, and you know, that time the pressure worked.
It did. 2nd and 12 at midfield as Shelby's pushed back, and second down complete, and then dropped. Again, that's the second time Borders has had the ball right in his hands and started going upfield and then just dropped the ball. Both of them were so close to me, Coach, that you could almost call them a catch and a fumble. They were that in his hands for that long.
Just about. And then I tell you what, Nick Pugh did a heck of a job getting downfield to try to block, and it almost looked like he might have been downfield early, but I don't think he was, but it looked kind of strange.
Well, I got to admit, I was looking for a hanky there in 3rd and 12, and they set it up. Pass complete over the middle to Demario Houston, and he's drilled by Andreas Hill and really didn't even hardly get the line of scrimmage, or the original line of scrimmage. So he gets the 2 back, and that's it.
He did a heck. Of course, he's given that shot to several other people before. Golden Lions trotting the punt team on the field now. And once again, the Reynolds Rockets have brought 10 up near the line of scrimmage.
I'm still sitting here saying it's missed opportunities. Twice Shelby's had a big gain in their hands with all kinds of room to run that they've not held on to the ball. AC's put the ball on the ground 3 times that Shelby hasn't grabbed, and now it's off the helmet of an AC guy, and Shelby gets some fortune.
So we're going to have the ball because that's a muff. He cannot advance that, but he did recover it. And who recovered it?
Was it Houston? Demario Houston, I believe. So if you're not watching this, Richard Wright punts it up in the air at the 20-yard line, and AC Reynolds blockers running downfield to block, and the ball lands and hits him on top of his helmet as he's running back to set up a block. Shelby falls on it, and they're going to take over at the AC 20. So I just sat there and talked about the missed opportunities, and now Shelby gets a golden one right in their hands. And on 1st and 10, R.J. George is back, and he's under heavy pressure. Somehow gets away, and he's rolling right, and he's going to call his own number, and he's going to get some positive yards out of it. Let's see where he goes out of bounds.
I'll tell you what, that was a heck of a job by RJ to get out of 2 tackles. Going to be a gain of 7, I believe.
I mean, he was sacked for 5-yard loss and then a 10-yard loss, but not. He got out of both of them, and then, like you said, Coach, he gets 7 out of it all the way. And he's got a hole up the middle, up the seam, 5. Touchdown, Shelby, I think. And it is. Reed goes in from 13 yards out, and Shelby back up by 12, 19-7. 4:31 left, first half on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. And Shelby needed that one.
Most definitely. And again, we were talking about the missed opportunities, and Shelby definitely took advantage of that opportunity. Now the all-important extra point score is 19-7 right now, 4:31 left in the first half. Richard Wright on to attempt the point.
George gets it down well. The kick looks up good, and Shelby leads 20-7. Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. Back in 30 seconds for another Jam and Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff.
Do you know what Putnam Distributors sells? Auto parts, truck parts, stuff for all sorts of equipment, plus 25 brands of motor oil, hydraulic fluids, filters, batteries, even nuts and bolts, and all at low, low prices. Putnam Distributors is located in downtown Patterson Springs, just 5 minutes from Kmart and the Cleveland Mall. Go south on Highway 226 or Highway 180 and just follow the signs. Putnam's prices are low on everything and for everybody. Call 704-487-9395 or visit them online at PutnamDistributors.com.
An Ed Green construction touchdown for the Golden Lions. courtesy of a Chad Reed 13-yard touchdown run, has put the Golden Lions back with a little bit of breathing room, up 20-7. But it's been a back and forth wild game with some near turnovers, weird bounces, kick returns for touchdowns, you name it. It's been a pretty entertaining first half between two talented and athletic ball clubs. Shelby up 20-7. Richard Wright's got it teed up for a Jammin' Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff. 4:31 left, second quarter.
Golden Lions got to do a better job of coverage this time.
Wright angles this kick deep to the 5. Hill bobbles it and then grabs it, and he's got running room up by Damian Key. Or is that, yeah, it's Damian Key and Demario Houston. So what I've noticed is Shelby is hitting these guys. They're not going down, and Shelby's just thinking the tackle's made. You got to bring these guys to the ground.
Yeah, you got to be impressed with the ability of their return men and their receivers, their running backs. Those are the return men. They've done a great job of keeping their feet moving after contact.
It's the option play to C.J. Hill. Again, the receiver, and he breaks two tackles, and now it's a foot race, and it's only DeMonte Poole and Hill, and DeMonte runs them out of bounds. Coach, again, they send Hill in motion. Shelby has two guys that have their arms wrapped around him at midfield, and he gets away from both of those. It's a big gain of 26 plus 16, 42-yard run.
Excellent run. Again, these running backs are big, and you've got to really do a good job of putting them down on the ground.
Screen pay, and that's got to be intentional grounding, as he threw it straight out of bounds. Actually, I think it was caught by Glenn Davenport, the chaplain for the Golden Lions.
Yeah. That's that wouldn't even be legal in the NFL.
Yeah. The problem here, folks, is I think it's a spot foul and a loss of down.
It should be.
And yardage. And he was way back, almost at the Shelby 45, and the line of scrimmage was a 24.
So they've got it at the 42, and that's going to be the 5 yards to it. So it's actually going to be about 24, 34, 44. It's going to be a 24-yard penalty.
So it was 18 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Add a 15 or another 5 yards and a loss of down, and a 1st and 10 from the Shelby 24 is now
2nd and
34, 33 from the Shelby 48. And Stafford's kicking himself for that one. A little bit of movement on the offensive left side of the line as Shelby's defense was shifting. And I think it's going to back them up another 5 unless they call this on the Golden Lions.
Okay.
And they're marking it off against Shelby. And
nope, he just went the wrong way. Rockets, they've been 5 yards, 10 yards, 16 yards, 13 yards, 24 yards, and 5 yards. Because, I mean, I'm actually saying the penalty is the lost yardage. I'm not sure whether I'm supposed to. But
yeah, I'm not sure if that's a running play loss of 18 or a penalty, all penalty yardage for we'll ask Jim and Bob.
Yeah, we'll have to ask them that. But, again, so now it's the you got to love this. It's 2nd down and 39, I believe. You got to love this play call.
And they set the screen up, but Shelby's all over it. Damian Key is there right as the pass is delivered to Smith to break it up. Now it's going to be 3rd down from that. So let's put it in perspective. The yard to make for a 1st down is the Shelby 14. The ball is spotted on the AC Reynolds 47. So that's what AC is probably wanting, some field position, get a few yards, and punt it away and pin Shelby deep.
I'll tell you what, it's still not a bad time to run that option play because they've got big yards on the option play. Shelby would tend to want to kind of really bring some pressure this time, and I've been really impressed with their quarterback's ability to make a couple of fakes and make a really good pitch. We're down to 1 second left, and they can't take a timeout. So it's going to be another 5-yard penalty.
Flag comes down is delay a game penalty, and now
because Reynolds has been out of timeout since about 3 minutes left in the first quarter. About what feels like about 2.5 hours ago, Brent. Whew, boy, this has been a lot of action in this first half.
It has, and if you're tuning in, don't tune out because
and we got another flag coming in.
So right now it's 3rd and 43.
I believe maybe we have the dreaded sideline warning. No.
5 back. So now it's again 3rd and 38, 9, whatever you want to call it.
I believe that's only the second penalty on the Golden Lions. They've had 2 5-yard penalties.
3rd, 30. I got 3rd and 38. 4:02 left, first half. Shelby in what looks like a prevent defense.
Yeah, it's 3rd and 39.
Yeah, they've got DBs. There's maybe a timeout by the Golden Lions.
Yes, timeout by the Golden Lions.
All right, let's take 30 seconds. Steve Roberts, and we'll be back for this long 3rd down play.
The Transportation Administration of Cleveland County and Cleveland County Transit would like to take this time to remind everyone that drugs like marijuana, alcohol, prescription drugs, and inhalants are the drugs of choice among our teens. They break hearts, break homes, and destroy childhood dreams. It's not just someone else's child, it could be yours. If you're not talking to your children about drugs, doesn't it make you wonder who is? TAC and Cleveland County Transit would like to wish all of our Cleveland County school athletic teams good luck this year.
Left first half, Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard, and AC Reynolds with a 3rd and 39 from their own 47-yard line. Got to make the Shelby 14 for a first down. If you just joined us, they had a big 42-yard run on the reverse to their wide receiver C.J. Allen down to the Shelby 24, and on first down, quarterback Tevin Stafford had an intentional grounding where he was 18 yards behind the line of scrimmage. In high school, it's the spot foul +5 plus loss of down, and Shelby was the recipient of that good fortune, and now it's a 3rd and half a mile, and Stafford back to pass, and he's airing it out, and he's got a pick. Aaron Jolly for Shelby comes up with the interception, and that's his 2nd-yard
penalty. He wasn't, being unsportsmanlike, but you just can't spike the ball. He was excited, and I tell you what, I'm really surprised we didn't get a penalty on that because he did spike it.
He did, in hindsight, he knocks that ball down instead of catching it, and AC's back at their 47 with 4th and 39. And you might get better field position, but I guess if you got a chance to take the ball, take it. And it's hard to tell somebody in the middle of a play, oh, remember?
Yeah, that's true.
Shelby takes over 1st and 10 at the 20, still plenty of time, and R.J. George has a
gets it
mix
away.
up, but gets it away. Jaden Borders complete, and he's got run room across the 30, 34. Tell you, that time R.J. looked left to Caleb Jolly. Caleb ran an up route, and R.J. thought he was running an out route. So he went to throw it, and there's no in his face. He gets away, looks to his right side, and sees Jaden Borders out in the flat, completes it, and Jaden makes some good moves and gets a 15-yard gain out of it.
Big first down that time.
Pegram Insurance, first down. That's the 3rd catch by Borders tonight, but he's had a couple of more he wished he had hauled in. 1st and 10 Shelby, and a quick pass in the seam, and R.J. had Caleb Jolly, and I don't know, R.J.'s just a little bit off tonight on some of these patterns.
Well, that time I felt that R.J. made the throw that he wanted, and it could have been that I'm not sure if it's R.J.'s fault or it was Caleb Jolly that wasn't looking quickly enough because there wasn't a whole lot of pressure. He just made a quick pass that Caleb wasn't ready for.
Kind of a hot read, 2nd and 10, and I think Reed may have fallen on it.
I'll tell you what, we were awfully fortunate at that time. That was one that Reed about took it in the face mask, and or the top of the shoulder pads, and we ended up with about a 1.5 yard gain. And again, it's not been smooth tonight. Everything for both sides, everything's been really a struggle. It's 20-7, and AC Reynolds has only the kickoff return for the touchdown.
3 receivers left, 2 right, empty backfield, quick pass complete to Borders. Now he's got to make a move, and he does. He's across the 40, and he gets out of a tackle. Across the 50, stiff arm, inside the 45, 43. Now how about Jaden Borders there?
That's an excellent play. He had 3 defenders in front of him, and he beat all 3 of them and got all the way down to the 42-yard line. So, again, good throw, good catch, and an excellent run by Jaden Borders that time.
Picks up 20 in a Pigram Insurance first down, and Shelby's on the move. 2:37 still left first half. George back, another quick pass. This is to Shell, a dangerous floater as he threw it all the way across the field. But guess what? Cavassier comes down with it, hit immediately, but it's a gain of about 5, maybe 6.
That was a really good catch, and again, it was a really scary throw, but Cavassier made a great catch. So 2:13, the clock is still running. Golden Lions to the 37-yard line.
We'll call it a gain of 6. Again, empty backfield, rush, and he gets rid of it quickly. Complete, Shell again, first down. As he's down at about the 30, a gain of, let's say, 7 or close to. And now RJ.
I knew he was going to have to get rid of that ball pretty quickly, and he's doing a nice job. And the receivers are doing a good job of getting open as well.
Pigram Insurance first down as he goes to Shell for 6 and then 7. And now first down, a little bit more time to throw. Same play, same result. Catch by Cavassier Shell, and he's got yardage inside the 25 down to the 23. Another gain of 7.
And he gets out of bounds. Now, if AC Reynolds wants to keep playing the defense that way, that pass is open all night long. So what you got to make sure is you cannot. That pass has got to be thrown pretty quickly. You cannot put any air underneath that, or it can be picked and taken the other way.
Another gain of 7. Shelby content with that yardage. And on 2nd and 3, RJ can't find an open receiver. He throws it deep, back of the end zone. Kenneth Ruff. It's close. Ruff's 89.
It was a great catch, but it was out of the back of the end zone. So it's now going to be 3rd down and 3, maybe 4. I think it's 3rd down and 3. 1:41 left. That was an attempt at a much longer pass, and RJ had to give himself a little bit of time because we've been in the empty formation for this for these last 5 or 6 plays now.
George had completed 6 of 7 before that, and that was still caught just out of bounds. And on 3rd and 3, he's got time. He's rolling. He finds a guy, and he just overshoots Demario Houston. I'll tell you, that time he rolled right, had pressure, and it was one of those where the defensive end has his hands up in the air. You got to kind of put a little touch on that one.
And also, it's just a shame that the receiver didn't go downfield just a little bit more because there was plenty of room for him to make that. 5 left. It's going to be 4th and 3. Clock ticking down, 14 seconds left. Golden Lions are actually going to go for it here on 4th and 3 from the 23-yard line.
Be a 40-yard field goal. Shelby not even considering it. And George back to pass. He rolls left. He's got all kinds of time, and he finds the guy over the middle, but he throws behind. And I think that time it was Houston again, the intended receiver. Actually, no, I got him mixed up the opposite way. It's Kenneth Ruff that is behind. And RJ mad at himself there. He was going out, he's running to his left, tried to throw back to his right. Tough throw to make.
Now, I think the other thing he's kind of mad at himself about is I think he could have run for that first down, but the pass was open. He just threw it behind the receiver.
Move. He's got the ball. Everybody thinks they've made a tackle back here, and Stafford's running for a gain of about 5 before he's brought down by Garyon Addison.
Actually, that tackle was made by number 45, Damian Key, that time. Addison missed the tackle, and that was a darn good job that time getting out from that play.
Stafford gets 5. I think 2/3 of the Shelby defense thought they had made a tackle in the backfield. And on 2nd down, they do, as Demario Houston's in there first, and Justin Turner's in there as well.
And Gary and Addison finished it off, and so it was a good job that time by the Golden Lions. And Golden Lions are now taking a timeout. I think that's their last timeout. Yes, that's the last timeout, but it's 3rd down with 51 seconds left.
Roberts will come back with this big play.
Norwich Merchandise's beautiful furniture with bedroom, living room, and dining room furniture by the famous brands. Norwich Merchandise's hardware, everything from nuts and bolts to lawnmower blades. Norwich Merchandise's Carhartt clothing, featuring Carhartt workwear, casual wear, and rugged outdoor wear. And Norwich Merchandise is an archery shop with a complete line of archery equipment and accessories. That's Norwich Merchandise, 2011 South Lafayette Street, Shelby, online at norwichmerchandise.com or on Facebook.
Do you have a lot of old medication?
Really the first time Shelby's gotten a clean hit on Mr. Logan in the backfield.
And Logan was very close to getting out of that as well. I've been really impressed with how hard he runs.
Option play stand by Gary and Addison, thrown out of bounds, shy of the first down. The clock's still running.
Did not go out of bounds. They called him down in the field of play, and so that's a big break for AC Reynolds. They're not going to – the clock is still not started. The play clock.
So
they're just going to wait and not make them snap it. Yeah, they're not going to have to snap it. That's
no snap. So
the officials took about 10 seconds to set that ball ready for play, and that was a pretty good break for AC. Now, I'm not saying that it shouldn't have been taking that long, but it's just a shame we didn't get him thrown out of bounds. But that's going to end the first half, and it has been an exciting first half.
Shelby leads 20-7 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. We'll be back in 3 minutes with time show. Been a great first half. Again, Shelby 20, AC Reynolds 7. Back in 3 minutes.
Pile it up, most people do. Then get rid of them and do it safely. Drop off your old medications in the new medication drop box, now located inside Falston Pharmacy in Falston. All medications will be disposed of by the Cleveland County Sheriff's Department. It's easy. Just clean out your medicine cabinet, bring them in the Falston Pharmacy, and just drop them in the box. And while you're there, get your Burns Bulldog football apparel. Falston Pharmacy, Highway 18 North in Falston. Comfortable just got more affordable. From Bill Schufert Heating and Air Conditioning in Shelby and American Standard. Keep cool this summer with one call to Bill Schufert Heating and Air and get up to $1,100 in rebates. Plus, ask about special financing available on famous American Standard equipment. Call 704-484-0025 or drop by their office at 213 Campbell Street in Shelby. Get up to $1,100 in rebates now on American Standard. Bill Schufert Heating and Air and American Standard, where your comfort is our concern. They've got it all at the Bargain Station Outlet in Shelby. Planning to travel this year? Then come see the big line of luggage. Need small appliances for the kitchen? They've got that too. How about toys for the kids? They've got a big stock of toys, plus jewelry and watches too. Like we said, they've got it all at the Bargain Station Name Brand Outlet. The Bargain Station Name Brand Outlet, located at 4400 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, right next to Honda Motorcycles. Open Tuesday through Saturday. Don't forget the name, the Bargain Station Name Brand Outlet.
Beaver Dam Auto Auction is a family-owned and operated business that has been open for 32 years. Auctions are open to dealers and the public. Beaver Dam is located on 16 paved acres with 4 lanes under one roof. Sales are held every Wednesday at 7 p.m. with vehicle previews starting at 9 a.m. on the day of the sale. Beaver Dam Auto Auction, just off Highway 74 West at 107 Webb Road, Shelby. And dealers, bring titles and inspected vehicles to sell to the public and get rid of that old inventory. Blanton Cars is slashing down payments. We offer down payments as low as $500. We are the most experienced buy here, pay here dealer in Cleveland County. We have cars as new as 2010 models that we will finance in-house. We don't look at your past credit. Your job is your credit here. We have payment plans to fit your budget. Stop by today and let us put you in the car you deserve. Blanton Cars has 2 locations to serve you in Shelby. East Dixon Boulevard, across from Super 8 Motel, and West Dixon Boulevard, next to Meineke Mufflers.
Keep cool this summer and save cash too with a new Train from Forest City Heating and Air in Forest City. Hurry in now and check out the great deals from Train. Now you can get 0% financing for up to 60 months on qualifying credit approval and qualified equipment. Come into Forest City Heating and Air for all the details. Give them a call at 828-245-1379. That's 828-245-1379. Forest City Heating and Air, serving Cleveland County and Rutherford counties for over 30 years. Remember, it's hard to stop a train.
Actually had the ball 8 times in the first half, 5 times in the first quarter, 3 times in the second quarter, and were able to get 3 touchdowns. They had to punt the ball 4 times, and they turned it over on downs the last time that they had the football. I'll go ahead and do the Okies Tire game recap while Brent's trying to finish up his stats. It's been a tough night trying to keep up with all this action. The scoring started off with 8:11 left in the first quarter. Caleb Jolly took a 13-yard touchdown pass from R.J. George. The point after touchdown was blocked, and the Golden Lions led 6-0. With 58 seconds left in the first quarter, Chad Reed had an 11-yard touchdown pass from R.J. George. Wright's point after touchdown made it 13-0. Dakoff back for 93 yards and a touchdown. Coleman's point after made it 13-7 Golden Lions. And then with 4:31 left in the first half, Chad Reed had a 12-yard run. Wright's point after made it 20-7. The Golden Lions have 11 first downs. AC Reynolds has 6 first downs. And the Golden Lions have been guilty of 2 penalties for a total of 10 yards, whereas and again, I apologize if this is not the correct way to do it, but I'm counting penalty yardage as, when we have that strange spot, 13 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and then the penalties from that point, that's a 23-yard penalty. So AC Reynolds has had 7 penalties for turnovers and special teams. Those have been the 3 major things that you've had to look out for. And the Golden Lions have got the best of it as far as penalties, turnovers. Golden Lions have been a little bit more proficient on offense, but AC Reynolds has really done some nice jobs on kickoff returns. And so the Golden Lions are going to be kicking off to start the second half. And it'll be interesting to see what they're going to have Richard Wright do, because we've had a big seam that they've been able to run. They've had 3 kickoff returns, and they've had 1 decent return, which could have been a big return, and then 2 really good returns. And so that's the Okies Tire game recap for the first half.
Well, but I just did the AC Reynolds stats, and there was a couple of things that stuck out to me, and that is if you take away the reverses to the receiver where he ran the ball, their total offense is around 40 yards. And Allen, who had 10 catches last week, has been held without a catch in the first half by the Shelby defense. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But, Shelby's now on their first team D's played about 4.5 quarters, haven't given up a point. But the special teams and offense has given up 21 points to the defense on a kick return and a fumble return and an interception return. Pretty weird. But nonetheless, Shelby leads 20-7. And let's take another 3-minute break. We'll come back with the Chris McDaniel Allstate Insurance stat sheet, and we'll talk about keys to the second half, and we'll review what our 4 supermarket players to watch did. We'll do that in 3 minutes. Back after this.
It's Corks and Taps for Hospice, Thursday night, October 16th at the LeGrand Center in Shelby. Corks and Taps is a special wine and beer tasting event and auction, and there will be special music by Swing 30 and the Black Coffee Trio. plus food provided by Smoke on the Square. Tickets are $30 in advance or $35 at the door and are available at Hospice of Cleveland County in Shelby, the Kings Mountain Hospice House, or the Hospice Store on East Marion Street in Shelby. For more information, call Hospice at 704-487-4677. Corks and taps for Hospice, Thursday, October 16th. Old Man Winter is just around the corner. Are you ready? It's time to get ready with a stop at Future Energy Company in Shelby. Take a look at the line of Menneson vent-free gas logs, bringing you warmth, ambience, and convenience to your home. Plus, take a look at the Yodel and Lopi wood stoves. And remember, Future Energy Company does chimney cleaning, and they install and service gas logs. Future Energy Company, 130 West Graham Street at Uptown Shelby, open 10 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 1 on Saturday, online at futureenergyco.com.
Everybody knows a game is better with a goal. The goal is better with announcers. Announcers are better in the movies.
In a world with no plot.
Movies are better with fast cars. Cars are better when they take you to McDonald's. McDonald's is better with Coke. Coke is even better when it's $1. Get any size Coca-Cola soft drink or sweet tea for $1 at McDonald's. And it really doesn't get any better than that. The simple joy of better. At participating McDonald's, a la carte only.
Experienced, quality, and guaranteed service. That's what you get from Shelby Transmission Specialists. They do straight drives and automatic transmissions. They can repair and rebuild transmissions and sell parts as well. So if you have transmission trouble, see the experts, Hal Hamrick, Lyle Reynolds, and Jimmy Stepp at Shelby Transmission Specialists, 734 Nally Drive, just off Highway 226 North in Shelby. Call 704-482-8756 for Shelby Transmission Specialist.
I'm a faithful Kibo's customer. I like Kibo's. I get delicious Hunt Brothers pizza there, and it's so good. And their breakfast biscuits, they're great. Plus, I get my gas there. Then there's Coca-Cola, Sundrip, and Pepsi Colas. Oh my, the candy's good too. And of course, when it's hot, the hand-dipped ice cream. It's so good. Hey, it's even good in those cold days as well. Kibo's, my favorite place. It's located there at the Caution Light on Highway 226 North at Zion Church Road intersection, Shelby.
Summertime. Kids in and out of the house, pets bringing in all types of creatures inside with them, and you wondering how in the world are you going to keep your carpet clean. Keys Carpet and Floor Covering in Shelby has some great carpet cleaning products, but if you need new carpet or floor covering, they have great prices too, with professional installation. So don't you get the summertime blues. Put the top down and chill out with a stop at Keys Carpet and Floor Covering, 1162 East Marion Street in Shelby, your floor covering headquarters in this area.
Chris McDaniel, Allstate Insurance stat sheet, and I'll start first with AC Reynolds, who's the home team tonight, and they were led by C.J. Allen, who's actually the wide receiver. He's been the leading rusher tonight, 3 carries for 58 yards. A.J. Logan, the tailback, 4 carries for 27 yards. Sean Hill, the other tailback, had 1 carry for -2, and quarterback Tevin Stafford, tough night, 8 carries minus 22 yards. So 61 yards on 16 carries for AC Reynolds. And then Stafford in the air is just 4 of 13 for 50 yards and 2 interceptions. His favorite target's been Mason Smith, 2 catches for 19 yards. A.J. Logan catch for 12 yards, coach. So 111 total yards on 29 plays, and their leading receiver held without a catch the first half.
Of course, now there's been more than 119 yards. It's just been that they've lost a tremendous amount of yardage. They have. They had that one series where we were trying to do the arithmetic, trying to figure out it was 3rd down and 39 at one point. And so the Golden Lions have done a really nice job defensively. They've given up some big plays, but they've refused to give up any plays that have been scoring plays.
No doubt about it. And I'm buying some time here because I'm adding up the Shelby stats. Shelby rushing stats, leading rusher tonight, Xavier Brooks, 4 carries for 41 yards. Chad Reed has 5 carries for 40 yards. George, 6 carries for -15. And you know, in case you don't know, in high school football, the sack yardage, it counts as rushing yardage. So that's why you see both Stafford and R.J. George with negative yards, is because they've been sacked quite a few times tonight.
That's true, and while you're trying to finish up your last little bit of arithmetic there, I've got to talk to some of the coaches to find out if there has been a change. I made one of those pronouncements that, you know, the rule is different in high school, but I got to make sure that rule has not changed about intentional grounding. Up until this year in high school, there was no such intentional grounding rule like they have, you know, in the professional and the college ranks, where you can throw the ball out of bounds, obviously, as long as you get to the line of scrimmage. I made one of those big pronouncements that's against the rules, and I have to definitely talk to somebody to make sure that hasn't changed, because, you know, they are constantly changing rules and making the high school game and college game kind of have some similar rules, and so I need to check with that. Now, if they haven't made that change, there was a grievous mistake by the officials. Now, even under the college rules, the massive penalty where the quarterback was backed up 18 yards and threw it directly out of bounds to nobody, you know, even in the college and pro, that would also be intentional grounding. So I have to talk to one of the coaches to see if they made a change about that.
Well, you gave me just enough time to finish the Shelby stats, so we'll go to the quarterbacks. We already did the rushing game. R.J. George was 1 for 1 for 22 yards, and Darquez Lee was 1 for 1 for 13 yards. So Shelby's quarterbacks combined to go 14 for 23 for 141 yards first half. Leading receiver was Jaden Borders, 4 catches, 65 yards. Cavassier Shell had 5 catches for 44 yards. Chad Reed, 3 catches for 17 yards and a touchdown. Caleb Jolly, 1 catch for 13 yards and a touchdown. And Demario Houston had 1 catch for 2 yards. So Shelby did a good job spreading the ball around to 5 receivers. 3 different quarterbacks completed passes, although Chad Reed's not a quarterback, but he did complete a pass in the first half. And, you know, Shelby got a couple of running backs with over 40 yards. So, you know, you look on the scoreboard and you say Shelby got 3 turnovers, didn't have any. They had way less penalty yards. And the reason being is Shelby drove it down a couple of times and turned it over on downs. And they allowed a special teams touchdown.
And the Golden Lions have not had tremendous field position like they usually do. And, again, Shelby's had the ball 7 times, but it's a quick strike offense. And so the Golden Lions' first drive was 2:46. Their second drive was 27 seconds. It was a touchdown, but it was 27 seconds. Third drive, 44 seconds. And that's been the way the game has been. In fact, the longest drive the Golden Lions have had has been 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Now, it went 60 yards, but it's 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And so the defense really does have to stay on the field quite some time, but the defense has been up to it tonight.
Good play by Wright. Had 1 punt go off his foot, but he also had one that was over 50 yards and another one over 40 yards. We were able to get a turnover off a muffed punt, but we did allow a kickoff return for a touchdown. So, and we had an extra point block. So we've had a couple of miscues and then done a couple of good things. So I would say Shelby's probably winning 2 out of the 3 at least categories tonight, with maybe a slight edge to AC Reynolds with the kickoff return for the touchdown.
And let's be fair, this is high school football. It is the second week of the season, and so it's not really fair to expect, you know, middle of the season, you know, special teams play, because there are a lot of new faces out there, and so we don't want to sound like we're being too critical. We're just trying to tell you why the Golden Lions are leading 20-7 at this time.
And kicking off to AC Reynolds. So AC Reynolds is down by 13, but they're going to get a chance to get the ball and take it down and make it a one-score game on this first possession. So how important is this first possession in the second half for the Shelby defense?
Well, it's exceptionally important, and for that matter, the opening kickoff is exceptionally important because one thing that AC Reynolds has done an excellent job is they've done a great job on all three kickoff returns. And so it'll be interesting to see exactly how the goal lines are going to kick this off and if they make any changes in a couple of the people that are on the coverage team.
No doubt about it. So, Steve Roberts, let's take a 30-second break to finish up this halftime show, and we'll come back with a Jam and Jay's Pizza.
There's some great new menu items at Newt's on the Court Square in Uptown Shelby. Try their Green Man Burger, or the new Cheddar Jalapeno Burger, or the new sliders. Other new items at Newt's includes a Fuse Burger, Pam's Adobo Dog, and a big new chef salad. And be sure to ask for the $6 Burger of the Day. Create your own burger or build your own salad at Newt's, 116 East Warren Street, located on the Court Square in Uptown Shelby.
Good timing, Steve Roberts. We're back for a second half broadcast, and we'd like to thank Doctors Doug Stroud, Dr. Jim Wilson, and Dr. Craig Thompson and the Family Dental Care for their halftime sponsorship for the 9th year. And we'll conclude that halftime show with this Richard Wright Jam and Jay's Pizza Factory kickoff. And Wright puts a foot into it. Good kickoff, his best of the night, and that sends Logan back into his end zone. But they're going to say he caught it inbounds. Actually, they're going to say touchback. So Wright drives it into the end zone, and AC's going to have to go 80 yards on the first possession.
And that is one really good way to keep him from being able to return it, because that kick did force him back into the end zone, and I think that was a good call. I thought he was going to let him come out, but and we're inside a press box and there are no windows open here because we can't.
1st and 10, Stafford in the shotgun, and he's back to pass on first down, and he's got a pass out in the flat, well covered by DeMonte Poole, and that falls incomplete.
Yeah, he made a good decision to throw that away, because if he'd thrown that anywhere near the intended receiver, number 7, C.J. Allen, it would have been picked.
Tell you, we have to see if there's anything going on with Siobhan Miller. Not that anything wrong with Cameron Hawk, but Hawk in at defensive end to start the second half. And on second down, Clay Husky comes and hits Logan in the backfield. However, Logan gets away, but Husky hit him hard enough that Nick Terrell and Justin Turner and Hawk are able to get in there and finish him off, and that's a loss.
It looked like it was going to be about a 5-yard loss. Also a good job by Turner and Nick Terrell to finish it up.
3rd and 11, so AC in a passing situation here on the first drive. And Shelby elects to just bring 4 and drop everybody in coverage, and it's a pass short intended for Allen, and it's a little bit behind him, drilled by Garyon Addison anyway, and it would have been a no gain, maybe a yard had he completed it. So pass incomplete, 4th and 11, and AC's punt unit comes on.
I'll tell you what, you can't ask for a much better series. 1-yard loss that time. Golden Lions did a great job defensively. Now, let's see if we can make something happen here on the special teams.
I'd like to see maybe cheat one of these guys up 10 yards. Maybe. And Miller about gets it. It does bounce. It's fielded by Chad Reed, and he gets upfield, and he gets about 7 yards on the return. Good coverage by AC, but Chad was able to slip in between and get a 7-yard return.
So the Golden Lions will start off here in the third quarter with 11:06. 11:06 in AC Reynolds territory on the Reynolds 43-yard line.
Well, you always preach to me 2 things in high school football: momentum and field position. And Shelby got the momentum back late first half. Now they've had a 3-and-out and take over at the AC 43 in great field position. And on first down, RJ hits Jaden Borders with a quick pass, and Jaden does what Jaden does, and that is slips a tackle and gets some positive yardage as he picks up about 6 on
about blocking, and Jaden did a nice job, and Golden Lions picked up. It's going to be just over 5 yards, but again, that's a good play. So it's 2nd down and 5 now.
And Jaden's starting to pile up the yardage tonight, as that's his 5th reception.
Shelby comes out in the pistol formation, which is a little more of the running formation. Now they're going to walk the running back up beside RJ.
And it's another quick pass. Same play. Borders catches it, and then again makes some guys miss. He's still going to just have a short gain. And he's shy of the 1st down, but I think he's marked at the 35, and that's only going to be 2 yards shy. So a gain of 3, going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
I'll tell you what, I hope some of you got to see this on the film, because I don't know how he got 3 yards. He could have lost 6. I mean, that was a great
10, 5, touchdown, Chad Reed.
35 yards.
35 yards out, and Reed's last 2, well, he had 1 2-yarder, but that's his 3rd touchdown tonight, and that's an Ed Green Construction. Take it to the house. TD for number 5, Chad Reed.
9:54 left in the 3rd quarter. Again, a very quick drive by the Golden Lions, but a touchdown. Now for the ever-important extra point. Richard Wright is waiting.
Good snap, great hold. Kicks blocked again, and that was number 23. Blocked by Will Israel. Shelby leads 26-7, 9:54 first quarter.
Want to cut your cooling costs this summer? With a highly efficient York air conditioning system, you can save up to 50% on energy costs while enjoying more consistent temperatures throughout your home. Call Settle Heating and Air, your local York dealer, at 704-481-1788 and schedule a free evaluation of your system and learn how you can move up to a new level of comfort and efficiency this summer. Call Settle Heating and Air and settle in with comfort this summer, or visit the website at settleinwithcomfort.com.
AC Reynolds High School here at R.L. Dalton Stadium. Shelby's Golden Lions have taken a 26-7 lead over AC Reynolds, courtesy of a 35-yard Chad Reed touchdown run. And with 9:54 left 3rd quarter, Shelby up by 19. Scores Ashbrook 7. North Lincoln and West Lincoln tied at 7. R Central 28. Stuart Kramer 0. Lincolnton leads South Point 14-7, and Forest View 22-8 over Clover. Wright's kick goes to the 3-yard line, and it's fielded by Logan. This time, Shelby slows him up with much better coverage, and he's going to be just out to the 20-yard line, and that's it.
What Richard did that time was he drove that ball well outside the numbers, and he had to do a great job to catch that ball and keep him going in the end zone. And the Golden Lions did a great job of hustling down, and I wish I'd have got the number, but somebody broke up the wedge, and from that point there was nothing. And so that's exactly the way you want it to look, Brent Pasco.
It is. Siobhan Miller back at defensive end, so it looks like Shelby doing more of a rotation to keep some fresh bodies. What? Clay Husky from the backside grabs him right at the handoff, but to Logan's credit, he carried Clay 5 yards and got a good gain.
And not many people are going to carry Clay 5 yards, but he sure did. That was that 6-yard gain. And, again, the running backs for AC Reynolds are good-sized young men. They're all over 6 foot tall, I believe, and they're in the upper 190, 180-pound range, and they run the ball exceptionally hard.
And here goes Allen on his motion, and Shelby not on it again. He takes the pitch from Stafford, and he's got 1st down yardage before he's brought down in the Shelby secondary. Let's see who gets off the pile. That was 26, Siobhan Miller. So, you know, it's easy up in the booth. You see him go in motion. He's only done it 4 times marked, and that time, again, he gets the 1st down yardage.
Well, that's a really well-designed play because they found something the Golden Lions are doing, and they're putting us in a bind on that.
Handoff on that little trickery play where he fakes the pass, but he's already handed it off. That time it's Hill, and he gets pretty good yardage, and he's out across the 35.
I think that was G9, and I can't see who the other player, I think number 55, is that correct?
Yeah, that's Treshawn Borders. So pickup of 4, maybe 4.5. And Shelby comes with a blitz, and the whole defensive line is in there early.
So that's going to make it, it's almost going to be a penalty, the third penalty, and all 3 of them have been of the 5-yard variety.
Yeah, I believe it's going to be about a half a yard shy of the first down.
So second down and very short, so just all manner of things are in the playbook now, which is important for AC to react because the goal lines are up 26-7.
AC 2 receivers left and right, 1 running back, and Hills, Stafford's going to fake it and pull it back out, and Stafford's actually going to maybe lose a yard, and Shelby may be guilty of grabbing the face mask on the tackle. And the face mask comes in late. Gary and Addison not thrilled with the call, but he's actually running off the field as if to say, just let me keep myself from saying anything. He's actually pointing at AC Reynolds as if it's on them against Shelby. So they do stop. It is a 5-yard or a 1-yard loss for Stafford, but it's a 5-yard from the line of scrimmage against Shelby. So the penalty gives AC Reynolds the first down, and they're moving now. They're at the 46-yard line, 8:10 to go, third quarter. Shelby leads 26-7 on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. Stafford in the shotgun. He's back to pass, and he looks quick, but he can't get it off, and now he's going to air it out. Lucky Siobhan Miller was right in his face, and Demario Houston on the coverage falls incomplete, 2nd and 10.
I'll tell you what, he was pretty fortunate to find an empty spot to throw that because he did just kind of chunk it, hopefully green grass, and he found it, but there were a lot of golden lines in that area. Siobhan Miller, nice pressure. You got to get rid of that ball pretty quickly because the defensive front's coming.
Shelby with a 4-man front, and it's again that quick handoff with the fake throw. Runs into the line, and a Shelby player, who is that? That's 40, that's 4. That's Husky. Did a great job of fighting off that block and grabbing the running back. He actually held the running back up so long they just blew the play dead. And Logan's only going to pick up about 3 on the play.
So 3rd down and 7. This is a big, big play right now. Just shy of midfield. 3rd and 7, AC on their 49-yard line.
3rd and 7, Shelby with a 5-man front. Dax Hollifield in, and now Shelby shifts, and Hollifield back to linebacker. Roll out by Stafford. Good block by Logan, and down Smith. I believe that's Smith, the intended receiver, a little bit over his head. And that's, again, that tough throw. When you're a right-handed quarterback rolling left and then throw back across your body, you have a tendency to throw it wide or throw it high.
That was a difficult throw. We've got the AC Reynolds coaches next to us, and they were yelling and screaming about number 7 open in the middle. And I see him coming off the field, but I don't know if he was open or not.
Well, again, that would have been an even harder throw to throw it back even farther across the field for Stafford. He would have had to set, and he didn't have time to do that, at least not from my vantage point. Shelby shows just the regular rush, and it's an end-over-end kick, takes an AC Reynolds bounce, and rolls out of bounds at the Shelby 13.
8-yard punt that time, and a very effective punt. No way that Shelby could do anything with that other than be smart and let it roll down. So Golden Lions are going to get the ball now with 7:06 left in the 3rd quarter on their own 13-yard line.
I tell you, I'm a big fan of the high, turn it over punt that's fair caught, has a chance to be muffed. But more and more, I'm seeing how effective these little end-over-end rugby kicks can be if you get the ball to bounce the right way.
That's correct, especially on these artificial surfaces that we're playing on.
7:06 left 3rd, Shelby 26-7. They take over 1st and 10 at their own 13. Blitz from AC, and it's picked up by Shelby, and they air it out. Chad Reed. Oh, it's just out of his reach. He probably could come over, but that would have been a big 35, 40-yard gain and getting Shelby out of some bad territory, but just off Chad's fingertips.
Just off Chad's fingertips, and that, again, that was a good play. The offensive line gave RJ time to make that throw, and it was just barely outside his reach.
2nd and 10, quick handoff to Buck Usher, and he hits the hole hard, and he's carrying tacklers across the 20 or up to the 20, and that's a gain of 7.
And what the goal lines are doing now is they're throwing enough passes that when they are popping that ball up the middle, up the gut, they've been getting some good yardage.
They have, and on 3rd and 3, Shelby quickly up to the line. And they call another play. 2 receivers stacked on top of each off to Usry, and he's not going to get it. He's to the 22, need to get to the 23. I think he's a yard shy.
If he had just been able to cut back to the left, there was a hole right there, but I don't think there was any way for him to get to it. So it's going to be 4th and 1. And Shelby's going to have to punt from this spot. Now, again, the kicking game, they've kind of exposed a little bit of weakness. They've really put a lot of pressure on the punter, and they've blocked 2 extra points. And very important that Richard get this thing off pretty quickly, and that we do a good job of coverage on this. There's still 5:47 left in the 3rd quarter.
And evidently they tipped a punt earlier. Allen thought about it, decides not to field it, and Shelby downs it at the AC 37.
42-yard punt with no return. That is a really nice job.
And I'll tell you what Richard Wright's doing, and I don't know if it's just by luck or if he's really angling, but Allen was way over on the left hash, and Wright was able to punt it all the way to the right hash. And that's a long distance for Allen to run to go field that punt.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. AC has 2 first downs in this 3rd quarter. Shelby only 1, but that first down resulted in a touchdown.
1st and 10. Stafford needing to get something going, and he hands it off, and it's Logan, and he breaks into the secondary, and it's a foot race, and he may be gone. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, AC Reynolds. And again, Logan, it's a 63-yard touchdown run, virtually untouched. And you don't see a guy outrun the Shelby secondary almost ever. And Logan did just that on that carry.
He sure did, and that was a very well blocked and very well run play. So, again, every time the goal lines get about a 3-touchdown lead, something happens, and AC makes a big play. And so that is a touchdown run for Logan.
26-13 Golden Lions. Coleman in for the extra point. Shelby with good rush on it, but Coleman gets it through and good. Shelby 26, AC Reynolds.
Soulful Southern fare with a flair. That's Smoke on the Square in Uptown Shelby. Make your next dinner out at Smoke on the Square in historic Uptown Shelby. Great starters and appetizers, along with soups and salads. For dinner, there's seafood, pasta, beef and pork, house-cut steaks and signature steaks, and chicken too. And their sides are out of this world. For a full menu, visit them online at smokeonthesquare.com. Smoke on the Square, the Southern Low Country cuisine and steakhouse. Located at 5 East Marion Street, Uptown Shelby.
Been listening in, watching online. The Golden Lions seem to get a couple of touchdown lead. Every time they've stretched it out to a 3-score lead, AC has answered quickly with a big play from A.J. Logan. Shelby's first defensive touchdown allowed by the first-team defense all season took all the way to 5:22 left, 3rd quarter in week 2. But Shelby, this game is far from over, Coach, especially now that AC may have seized that momentum back.
Again, as we've mentioned over and over again, high school football is a game of momentum, so it's important the Golden Lions do something positive this time that they have the football.
Deep is Xavier Brooks, Jaden Borders, Upman, Buck Usry, and Chad Reed, and it's going to go deep across the 30. and down at about the 29, maybe the 30. We'll call it the 29. Shelby takes over there.
Yeah, it was a little bit of interesting spot that time. I thought he fell right on the 30, but apparently his knee came down before he got there. So Golden Lions 1st and 10 on their 29-yard line. 5:17 left in the third quarter. Important for the Golden Lions to hang on to this football for just a little bit.
Shelby comes out with Caleb Jolly and Jaden Border stacked on the left side. 2 receivers stacked on the right side. Chad Reed in the backfield, and Reed gets the handoff, and he's dancing for good yardage. He's across the 35, still on his feet. He's across the 40. He's got a Pegram Insurance first down, and he still won't go down. It's a rugby scrum.
Penalty on the Golden Lions, because that was just really good hard running, and you get that rugby scrum, all kinds of things are going on there. Sometimes I don't know what they can find to throw a flag in that rugby scrum.
Everybody's pushing each other. You know, does somebody grab a face mask? Does somebody push somebody in the back? I tell you, it's about a 13-yard run by Chad Reed. There's an injured Rocket on the field. Let's take 30 seconds, Steve Roberts, and let this injury play out. We'll be right back.
The Red Hot Summer Sale is underway at S&R Auto Sales in Shelby. Hurry on in now for Red Hot deals with down payments started at only $699. And pick up this week's What's Up Shopper and play the S&R Auto Sales Weekly Trivia Sports Question Contest. You could win a $10 bill certificate from the clock. For a full list of inventory, visit S&R Auto Sales online at srautosales.com or call 704-487-0570. S&R Auto Sales, 417 South Post Road in Shelby, the home of the satisfied customer.
Dead ball, so they give Chad Reed the 13-yard first down gain, and then they back Shelby up 15 yards for a personal foul. And so it's now Shelby has a 1st and 10 again, but they lost 2 yards in the whole play out of the penalty and yardage, and they're now 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Although officially it was a first down because it was a dead ball foul.
4:57 to go third quarter, and Shelby leading 26-14 with the ball, 1st and 10. Reading the backfield, play clock down under 5. And George gets the play off. He fumbles it, and the ball's on the ground. They're calling it incomplete.
Ooh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, George went to throw it in the flat and the ball came out, landed on the ground, and the official right on the sideline had called it incomplete immediately, so there's no controversy. It's just pretty scary play if you're a Golden Lions fan.
Yeah, because there was not much way that anybody was going to recover that other than AC Reynolds.
2nd and 10. Again, the play clock down to 10. AC showing blitz, complete pass to Jaden Borders on the sideline, and he's down the sidelines. Caleb Jolly may have gotten away with something on the sidelines. I don't see a hanky down.
We'll say that was a heck of a block because it looked like it could have been a hold, but they didn't call it, and so it was a great block.
They did call it?
Yeah, there's a flag down. Okay, and it probably is a holding penalty.
Well, it was unfortunately, it's coming back. The flag thrown at the 34, so at least it was 7 yards upfield. Shelby's going to lose 3 yards. So I think you actually give Borders a 7-yard reception.
I believe so.
And then you back it up 10. So now it's 2nd and 13.
The problem is we've had 2 big plays and we've lost yards on both those big plays because of penalties.
A 13-yard play negated by a 15-yard penalty, and then a 7-yard play negated by a 10-yard penalty. And all said and done, it's 2nd down and 13 all the way back to the 24. Drive going backwards. Shelby.
Ooh.
And that's the 3rd time Borders has had it in his hands and has just
not. Borders is such a competitor. He tapped his chest and said, "That's my fault. I should have caught it," and that could have been another big play. I think that we're looking at a very important part of the game right now. Brent, because the Golden Lions have pretty much controlled this game, but now we got a 3rd and long with 4:30 left, and we don't need to give this ball back.
3rd and 13, big play. Blitz coming from the far side, and George throws it way over Cavassier Shell's head on the far sideline. RJ had to get rid of that more quickly than he wanted to, but again, a missed opportunities for Shelby on that drive. 2 costly penalties, and then a ball that could have been a big play that was not held on to. And Borders, that's the 3rd time they've run the same play, and twice the ball's hit him right in the hands, and it was on him. That time maybe big gainers.
Big gainers. So now Golden Lions are back in a punting situation. Again, 10 guys up, actually backing 2 guys back now.
And the rush comes, and they just about get it. But a great punt by Wright. Takes a huge Shelby bounce. And now it kind of checks up, but at the AC 29-yard line.
A 47-yard punt with no return.
And Wright has been really good. You know, he had one punt that he got just clobbered by about 3 guys that they said AC had tipped the ball. And
he got run into on that one. I mean, you know, he got jostled after he punted it. I almost expected to see a 5-yard penalty, but it wouldn't really matter because Shelby would have taken the punt. Now, cramp back on about the 13-yard line, but it is exceptionally important now that the Golden Lions not allow AC to have big plays right now, because we are leading 26-14, but another touchdown puts it inside of 1 score.
Right, the 2 Shelby extra points that were blocked didn't seem large at 26-7. At 26-14 seemed a little bit larger. Let's take let's keep it right here. The injured player is coming off the field. It is a cramp, apparently. It's number 21 again. Green, his
Jalen Walker.
Walker, his name's been called several times. And now the offense for AC's on the Medical Arts Pharmacy scoreboard. Big series here for both the AC offense and the Shelby defense. And AC takes over on their own 29. Stafford ready to lead this team. He's back to pass, and he's got Allen open, his first catch of the night, and it's complete up to the 37-yard line, a gain of 8.
And that pass should be there. He's been under such pressure up to this point. He's had a hard time making that pass, but that's a pass that I saw him complete about 7 times when I was watching film of their game against West Forsyth.
That breaks a string of 8 consecutive incomplete passes that included an interception. And Stafford keeps it, and there it is again. It's the option to Allen on the receiver, and this time Shelby sniffs it out pretty well. Could have got him for a big loss.
It's a loss all the way back to the 34-yard line, and that was played much better that time, and that was well on the other side of the field. I couldn't see who was in on the tackle. I know G9 was one of them, but I couldn't see who else was over there. But there were several Golden Lions over there. Was Buck Ushery one of them?
It's a loss of 3, 3rd and 5, and AC with a big play, and here comes Shelby into the neutral zone. It's Nick Terrell. And again, Shelby, you know, over the years, they got the nickname we're our own worst enemy sometimes. That's where the aggressive play gets you every so often.
And I believe that might be enough for the first down.
Boy, it's so close with a 5-yard tack off. It may be.
It's just short. Looks like they've got to get to the 39, and they're on about the 38 and 9/10. So it's 3rd and inches. 3:40 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Shelby's defense looking a little bit gassed. Rolling right is Stafford, and he's going to throw it complete to Smith, and he's got a first down. So a pretty risky call throwing the ball on 3rd and an inch or 2, but Stafford completes it to Smith, and that's a nice gain up to the 48-yard line.
again, AC Reynolds has had now, that's the fourth first down of this half, and the Golden Lions have only had 2.
And it's Logan on first down ball a little bit on this drive.
Justin Turner on the tackle, assist by Nick Terrell.
And that's 4.5. We'll give him 4, but it's going to be a second and about 5.5. And Logan again, and he's pushed out of bounds, shy of the first down, but he's got a couple more.
Yeah, he only got about 2 more. That was a pretty good job that time. Dax Hollifield on the play, and that was a really good play by Dax to only allow him to get about 1.5. So it's a big play now. It's 3rd and about 3.